Now, we proudly present Berwick Bulldogs football on Pop Radio. Brought to you by
Overhead Door of Berwick, Berwick Notary, State Farm Insurance, Sean Black and Lori Powell, First Keystone Community Bank, the Willows Golf Course, Journey Bank, Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg, Blaze Alexander Family Buick GMC of Bloomsburg, Berwick Dental Arts, W&L Subaru, Nissan and Mazda, Reds Roofing, Preferred Portables, Nespoli Jewelers, Neighborhood Fence, Ken Pollock Ford, Mayo Funeral Home, ND Accounting and Consulting, and Mason's Monogram Service.
Now live from the studio, here's Jim Doyle and Andy Ulickney.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight from Harold L. Bullock Memorial Field in Selinsgrove, it's the Bulldogs against the Seals of Selinsgrove High School. I am Jim Doyle, along with Andy Ulickney. The producer of this broadcast is Ashlyn Walshaw. Well, the postseason playoffs in high school football begin 2 weeks from tonight. And if you're one of those teams that is in the playoffs, you are looking to be at the peak of your game as you head into them. Berwick feels they're right there. The Bulldogs come in with just a 3-5 record, but they're coming in with a 2-game winning streak, 41-0 over Nanticoke, and maybe their most impressive performance of the season last week at STA Stadium in Williamsport, beating the Millionaires of Williamsport High School 37-14. In that game, Berwick's running game was unbelievable. 536 yards rushing, including a school record 366 yards and 4 touchdowns by Ty Wilkerson. Defensively, they were just as dominant. Minus 28 yards rushing was the total for Williamsport on the night. It's the Bulldogs currently in 6th place in the District 2 3A power rankings. If the season ended right now, Berwick would travel to Wyoming area to start the playoffs. But the season does not end right now. And the Bulldogs, with a victory tonight, the victory next week, maybe could improve their seeding. Berwick against Selinsgrove, first meeting between the two schools since the 2021 season. Andy Ulickney with us for Bulldogs football. And Andy, we've talked about the evolution of Ty Wilkerson as a running back. We always knew he was fast. He's strong. He's 190 pounds. For whatever reason, he just wasn't looking like a confident football player until about 3 weeks ago. In the second half of this season, he seems to be brimming with confidence, and the results are impressive. Yeah. But, you know, that confidence carries over to other people, particularly the offensive line. They've been terrific as well.
Yes, they have. They've been opening up the holes, and plus the coaching staff has done a lot to maximize his talents, Jim. They've been giving him formations that spread the line wider than the front seven. They go with 2 halfbacks or 3 H-backs, and they become sort of a 10-man front, and most defenses don't quite know how to adjust. So you put a guy and you're giving him some natural seams at the line of scrimmage, coming at their full force with the confidence, with the speed that he has, the balance he has, the vision he has, and the physical toughness that he has, and it's been mismatches of late. We'll see what the Selinsgrove 3-5 defense can do to slow it down.
I've always thought of football as the ultimate team game, but it is interesting to look at individual matchups. And obviously, the Seals defense is going to have their eyes on Ty Wilkerson. Wilkerson, really one of the top players in District 2 right now, the way he's playing. But Berwick will go against maybe the best defensive player they will face all season.
Yeah.
And Selinsgrove's middle linebacker, Ethan Miller. He's pretty good.
He's a 2023 All-Stater, Jim. He led his team in tackles last year with 132. He's leading them this year with 90, so there's been no drop-off. He's 190 pounders. He's a physical presence in the middle. And when you have that dominance in the middle, you can go sideline to sideline out of this 3-5 look. Now, Berwick's going to have to do some things to neutralize him, and I think the things that they're going to do with formation, where they come out with this 8, 9, 10-man line and spread them out, you should be able to double down on him. You should always be able to get someone to have an angle on him and keep him from getting to the ball carrier initially. So no matter how good a player is, if you can play the angles and play the double teams and neutralize him, try to take advantage with the others, with your people mano a mano, but he is a good one.
The head coaches have something in common. Both have come back to be the first-year head coaches at their alma maters. You know about C.J. Curry at Berwick. We'll hear from Matt Wenrick of the Seals when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Fall into savings at Ken Pollock Ford and take advantage of up to $10,000 off select F-150s in stock and up to $1,000 of trade assistance on our Bronco family lineup. With rates falling as low as 1.9% on select models, there's a vehicle for everyone's budget. Ken Pollock Ford is proud to have experts on hand with over 200 years of sales and service experience combined. Service pickup and drop-off, loaner cars, mobile service, we do it all. Only at Ken Pollock Ford, Route 11 Berwick, or online at kenpollockford.com.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Bloomsburg State Farm agent, Sean Black, at insurebloomsburg.com.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two. Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Absolutely perfect weather conditions for this game tonight as Berwick renews a rivalry with Selinsgrove on weekend 9 of the 10-week regular season. Well, after several seasons as an assistant at Milton, Matt Wenrick is in his first season as head coach of his high school alma mater, Selinsgrove. His Seals come into tonight's game with a 4-4 record. Matt Wenrick describes the experience of his first season as a head coach.
Well, it's been incredible. I mean, I've got a great group of kids to work with and a great staff to work with, which has really taken a lot of the stress and some of the weight off of me with the knowledge that I have on the staff.
You've played a very, very difficult schedule. You bring a 4-4 record into this Berwick game. When your team has played well, what's the strength? What do you do well?
Just the little things, like communicating with each other, running to the football, controlling the line of scrimmage, and winning the turnover battle. But with number 2 there, I said, of running to the football, that kind of takes care of winning turnover battles, because the more bodies you have around the ball, the better things that happen.
Well, you're facing a Berwick team with a 3-5 record, but a Berwick team that's playing their best football right now, as I'm sure you've seen in that game against Williamsport. What concerns you about them?
Oh, I mean, they're big and physical, and we have got to stop the run, as they've shown that they can really effectively run the ball. Goal is to make them beat us doing something you don't do. So we've got to first take care of the run, and then we can adjust from there. But that's definitely priority number 1.
That's Matt Wenrick in his first year as head coach of the Seals of Selinsgrove. He knows what it's like to win. He was a player here on a state championship team in 2009, and then he went to Bloomsburg University and was on a PSAC championship team in 2013. We mentioned his team comes in with a 4-4 record, but boy, the 4 teams they have lost to have a combined record of 28-4. 3 of the 4, Twin Valley, Shamokin, and Hollidaysburg, are ranked in the top 10 in the state. So this is a team that has gone up against a very, very difficult schedule, hoping to get back on track with this game against the Bulldogs tonight. Berwick against Selinsgrove. We'll check the starting lineups when we return. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Berwick Dental Arts, 9th Street in Berwick, is proud to be keeping generations of beautiful smiles across Bulldog Nation. Dr. Susan Ermish, Dr. Nathaniel Fluke, and their staff practice general and restorative dentistry, and they're open Monday through Friday. Whether you need a simple cleaning or a complicated procedure, Berwick Dental Arts will see that you have the best smile so you can be your best. Berwick Dental Arts, 9th Street in Berwick, is a proud supporter of Berwick Bulldogs football. Visit their website at berwickdentalarts.com.
This is Mike from M&M Carpet One in Bloomsburg. Is this the first time you've shopped with us? Let me explain why you should shop at a Carpet One store. We have over 1,300 store buying power. Carpet One stores sell more floor covering than the 2 big box stores do combined. That means not only do you get the best price, but you get to work with flooring professionals throughout the entire process, from estimates to installation. No one will give you more for your flooring dollar than M&M Carpet One in Bloomsburg.
Free checking for you and your business. No strings attached. Sounds perfect, right? First Keystone Community Bank offers free personal and business checking options with free Visa debit card, no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and no monthly qualifying requirements. Checking with no gimmicks, just what you need. They'll be celebrating 160 years of serving their communities with 19 full-service locations and convenient digital banking tools 24/7. First Keystone Community Bank. Local banking for the community we all call home. Online at fkc.bank. Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Selinsgrove Marching Band entertaining the home crowd across the way from us prior to this meeting with the Bulldogs of Berwick. A reminder, Berwick football is powered by Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute and the region's only nationally ranked hospital for orthopedics by U.S. News and World Report. Our team is ranked among the top 20 in the nation and is your unrivaled partner for orthopedic care. Here's the starting lineup offensively tonight for the Bulldogs. At the tight end, number 9, Gabe Decker, 6'3", 180-pound 9th grader. Hard to believe he's a 9th grader. He's one of the team captains. He's a two-way player. He's been outstanding, particularly of late, as defensive end position. At the tight end spot, he has 7 catches for 75 yards. The left tackle's number 56, J.J. Leonard. He is 6 foot, 255 pounds, a junior. At the left guard spot, Draven Geiger is not available tonight. In his stead will be number 77, Nico Lunzinski. He is a 6'1", 285-pound sophomore. Starting center is a senior, number 51, Gavin Jones, 5'8", 215-pounder. The right guard is number 62, Matt Gordner, 6 foot, 280, a junior. And the right tackle, number 64, Chase Shuckers, 6'2", 265, a senior. At a wide receiver position, number 7, Julian Howie. He is 6'2", 185 pounds, a senior. 7 receptions on the season for 123 yards and a touchdown. The quarterback is number 0, Billy Hansen. 6'1", 175, a senior. He's carried the ball more than he's thrown passes. 36 carries for 151 yards and a couple of touchdowns. He's completed 40% of his passes, 0 for 1 in that game at Williamsport last week. On the season, 12 for 30, 157 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. At the fullback spot, when we see one, it'll be number 90, Aiden George, a 6'1", 220-pound sophomore. The running back, number 2, Gavin Galusha, 5'10", 170 pounds, a sophomore, averaging over 5 yards a carry. 83 attempts, 426 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. And then there's Ty Wilkerson. Well, it's hard to define his position. He is a tailback in the I formation. He is a wildcat quarterback. He's a slot back. He's a wide receiver. He's whatever he wants to be, because on the season, he is averaging 12.2 yards a carry, 811 rushing yards, and 10 touchdowns. And to show you how amazing that total is, through the first 4 games of the season, Ty had 5 carries for 15 yards total.
Oh, boy.
And the last 4, he has 61 carries for 796 yards. To say he's come around is a gross understatement. He's also caught 11 passes for 104 yards and 1 touchdown. That's the starting lineup for the Bulldogs. 21.2 points a game, 239.6 rushing, 66.3 passing, over 300 total yards per game for Berwick. They come in with a 3-5 mark, but riding a 2-game winning streak. For Selinsgrove, that's a tight end, number 12, Jake Bettle. He is 6'1", 190, a junior. The left tackle's number 76, Connor Crossan, 6'2", 218, a senior. Owen Hoffman starts at left guard for the Seals. He wears number 54. He's 5'11", 210, a sophomore. Tegan Manier is the center, 5'7", 201, a senior. A 9th grader starts at right guard, number 72, Ethan Portwood, 6'1", 235. And the right tackle is number 78, Reese Getz. He is 6 foot, 254, a senior. The marquee player on this offense is obviously Gavin Bastian. He is a 6'1", 200-pound senior, 4-year starter. Last season, on that great team that won 13 games and made it to the state semifinals, he had 55 receptions. This season, 33 receptions, 482 yards, and 4 touchdowns for his career, 144 receptions, and he's not just a pass catcher. They'll put him in the Wildcat. He'll run the football as well. 30 carries on the season, 249 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He's averaging 8.3 yards a carry. The quarterback is a sophomore. Mark Pastore was a 3-year starter for them at that position. He has moved on. Rocco Amato is the starter, 5'9", 145-pounder. He's completed 55% of his passes for 678 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. At the tailback spot, number 26, Devin Mitchell, 6'1", 205, a senior, 56 carries for 248 yards and a touchdown, averaging 4.4 yards a carry. The fullback, Andy talked about him as a linebacker. He's good on the offensive side as well. Number 44, Ethan Miller. He's 5'10", 190 pounds, a senior, 88 carries on the season, 458 yards, and 6 touchdowns. At the flanker spot, we'll see number 11, Wyatt Teets. He is 5'10", 151 pounds, a junior, 9 carries on the season for 158 yards for Teets. So that is the starting lineup offensively for the Seals under Matt Wenrick in his first season as head coach. He takes over for Derek Hicks, who stepped down after last season. Selinsgrove's pretty stable, that head coaching position. They have had just 3 coaches in the last 50 years prior to Matt Wenrick taking over. The late Bill Scott, who had over 300 career wins. Dave Hess, who led them to that state championship season in 2009. And Derek Hicks, who led them to the state semifinals a year ago. Again, the Seals come in with a record of 4-4. We'll take a look at the keys to tonight's game when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates. Why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Stop. Don't make your next car payment. Instead, get a new vehicle at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. Because right now, we're offering a 120% of Kelly Blue Book trade value buyback bonus, up to $2,500. Just find the vehicle you want from our huge selection of new Buicks and GMCs and get 120% of KBB trade-in value for yours. It's the 120% of KBB buyback bonus event going on now at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. The lowest price guaranteed.
Hey, hometown fans. You know Journey Bank as your trusted local bank. But did you know we're also the biggest cheerleader for our community's youth? From athletes competing under the Friday night lights, to students excelling in the classroom, to talented teen stars singing center stage, we're investing in the future of our young people. At Journey Bank, we're committed to helping our kids score big in every aspect of life. Journey Bank, where dreams are nurtured and futures are built. Journey Bank, proud supporter of our local youth.
When you're shopping for insurance, You might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Bloomsburg State Farm agent, Sean Black, at insurebloomsburg.com.
W234BH West Hazleton at 94.7, WBWX at W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, and W288CF Danville at 105.5. Your home for Berwick Bulldogs football is Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains media station. WHLM Bloomsburg.
Next to the last weekend of high school football's regular season kicking off across the state of Pennsylvania here at Selinsgrove. It's the Bulldogs against the Seals of Selinsgrove High School. Keys to tonight's game, Andy Lickney.
Well, when you come to Selinsgrove, Jim, you expect a very unique defensive look. You expect their 3-5. They've sort of mastered it. They've made it their own. It's something very few other teams run, or if they run it, they don't run it as effectively as Selinsgrove. Now, they told us they're calling it a 3-4 this year, but, yeah, it's window dressing. You take one of the safeties, you make him a strong safety, you cheat him up as an outside linebacker, and you're back into 3-5. And they're using one of their best athletes in that position in Gavin Bastian. So call it what you will, you're seeing the Selinsgrove 3-5. And it's unique. It's going to be very hard to block. You have 5 possible blitzers on each play. You can align your men up in each of the 8 gaps at the line of scrimmage, and if they play tough, they usually can make the stops. Yeah, but Berwick's aware of that. They've had a full week to practice against it. And the newer formations we've been seeing out of Berwick with 8-man fronts, 9-man fronts, 10 men at the line of scrimmage, they spread you out. Well, if you're spreading the 8 people out, they don't have to cover 8 gaps. If you have 10 people, they have to cover 10 or 11 gaps. And no matter how good you are, you're always going to have the ability to double down, to kick out, to work different directions. A lot of teams don't even adjust properly when they see these, overstated extra. The key of this group is the 5. Middle linebacker Ethan Miller, the returning all-stater. But, even the best can get doubled. Now how do you spread him out? You're going to have someone outside of him, someone inside of him, or a man on and a man to the left or right. So you should be able to control that, even though, he's going to be a very physical type of player. It's going to be hard to run away from the man in the middle, but again, with these overshifts and alignments, you might be able to get the edge on them. We'll see how they do it. The other thing, too, is when you... So he has a head start as to what he does. He's going to run to a direction of a called hole, but he'll know if it's going to open better to... I think you'll also see some play-action pass against very aggressive linebackers. They're swinging another back. I think they're going to be prone to that. We'll see how it goes. When you flip it around, Berwick's D is going to be challenged. They're going to mix in some very tough running backs. Devin Mitchell goes 205 pounds. We mentioned Ethan Miller, a mean 190 pounds. That everywhere back in Gavin Bastian goes 200. And these are weightlifters in a program that emphasizes its weightlifting program. But they have a relatively smallish front. They average just 223 pounds a man. So Berwick's front 4 and 3 linebackers match up well against the blocking front and should be able to get in and square up with those running backs, which is the game plan Selinsgrove likes to go with. Now, beyond that running game plan, we mentioned Gavin Bastian. He'll play everywhere. He'll do some wildcat. When he runs the ball, he's averaging 8.3 yards a carry with 30 carries, and he has 33 receptions. A guy who had 55 last year. 33 receptions for this team. His nearest teammate, Will Teets, he has only 9 catches, so he's tripled that. So you're going to have to keep an eye on Gavin Bastian. You're certainly going to have to keep an eye on these tough running backs. And we'll see if Berwick's defense is up to that task, and we'll find out pretty quickly as the captains are out there at the center of the field.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on those Selinsgrove linebackers because you mentioned the lack of size in that front three for Selinsgrove. Berwick has an overwhelming size advantage with their offensive front. And speaking of that offensive front, Nico Lozinski, as we mentioned, gets a start. And you can tell who played particularly well the week before. Now, every game coming out were the captains for the season, Gabe Decker and Alex Estrella. But the other two are players that are out there because of their outstanding play the week before, and they are 2 linemen, Nico Lozinski and Chase Shuckers. And boy, that offensive line, and I'm sure Ty Wilkerson will be the first to tell you, really did a great job last Friday.
Did a real good job in opening up the seams. We'll see if Selinsgrove adjusts a little better. I don't know what you can do to adjust to some of these, 10-man offensive lines that Berwick's putting out there with 3 H-backs and the tight end. We'll see. And again, with these 5 strong, big linebackers, they may have the manpower to do it. But, once you get by that front, you often have free sailing to the end zone. So you have to be a little bit cagey in how aggressively you go with it.
If I read the signals correctly, Berwick won the toss, deferred to the second half. They'll be kicking off, and Selinsgrove will get the football moving from our right to our left. Joe Claybon is the referee for tonight's game. The umpire is Bob Neidig. Dennis Riperish is the head linesman. Dan Claybon is the line judge. Steve Krusacki is the field judge, and the side judge is Mike Sandry.
Berwick's been pooch kicking most of the time on their kickoffs, and you can see Selinsgrove deep men on the 20. You challenge this kicker to try to put it over their heads. We'll see, or if they stay conservative with their pooch kicking.
Carlos Studer, Gavin Bastian, deep for the Seals. Weekend number 9 of the season is underway as the kick goes to the far side of the field. Studer will field it on the bounce at the 15, to the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, and knocked out at the 41-yard line. Nice return by senior Carlos Studer.
Yeah, Ashton Smith getting down there. Able to knock him out of bounds, but he ran past about 3 Berwick players.
Berwick defensively across the front. Gabe Decker, J.J. Leonard, Chase Shuckers, Skylar Neville. Linebackers, Shiloh Escobar, Everett Snyder, Gavin Jones. The corners, and Berwick welcomes Caleb May back after missing several games with injury. Braden Schaefer, the other corner. Julian Howie and Ty Wilkerson will be the safeties. Make that Alex Estrella and Wilkerson. A quick out to Bastian. Bastian turns the corner at the 40, the 45, and over midfield. So a quick out to their best offensive threat, Gavin Bastian, and a good first down play for the Seals.
Braden Schaefer came up and was ready to meet him in the backfield, but a quick move by Bastian, lost that corner, and then he found a soft sideline to run down for nice yardage.
12 yards altogether, first down at the Berwick 47-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Out of the pistol, Miller is the running back. And he gets the call, a big hole off the right side. He's into the Berwick secondary. 35 breaks a tackle at 30. Down the sideline, 20, 15, 10, 5. Trying for the pylon. And he is going to be out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. Huge hole up front for Ethan Miller.
Tough runner. Listed as a fullback, but the Singleton back on the last 2 plays. They give him the ball here, runs it right up the middle. Able to make people miss, able to shuck away from arm tackles. 5 yards into the run, he breaks free. Another 10 yards, he breaks free from another man, and then breaks to the sideline down the left side and almost scores.
45 yards on the carry by Ethan Miller. He is now the fullback in the I formation. Quarterback keeper by Amato, and it will not get in. They tried pushing him from behind. We were told last week that that's not allowed in high school football, but they just got away with it, but did not gain any yardage. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 2.
You're allowed to push the pile. You're not allowed to push the runner. And it's a rather deceptive call when you're watching for it.
2nd and goal. Seals moving from our right to our left. They have it at the Berwick 2-yard line. Miller, the fullback. Ahead of Mitchell, the tailback. Mitchell gets the call off the left side. He's into the end zone for a Selinsgrove touchdown. Seals are on the board quick, and a flag flies in the end zone after the touchdown.
Now they just used power, ran over to left guard, following that big fullback and Ethan Miller. He led the way for Devin Mitchell, who's a big guy himself. Went in standing, and then the flag ensued after that. Jim, I'll let you check on the sign.
My guess is the touchdown will go as called, and that penalty will probably be on the kickoff, although we did not see the indication as to what that penalty was.
Doesn't seem to be affecting the PAT try.
No, I think I saw offside against Berwick, which...
personal foul against the defense.
No, personal foul against Berwick. So that will go on the kickoff. As the extra point attempt coming from Noah Walter after the 2nd rushing touchdown of the season by senior Devin Mitchell, and the Seals with a quick strike here. Walter, the grandson of former head coach Dave Hess, who's on the staff with Matt Wenrick this year. Snap is a good one. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout in the field. 10:41 to go, first quarter. Selinsgrove 7, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
What a start for Selinsgrove. They go 4 plays, 59 yards. Devin Mitchell in from 2 yards out for the score. They lead Berwick 7-0 with 10:41 to go in the first. Personal foul against Berwick after that touchdown run. So the Seals will be kicking off in Berwick territory.
Yes, they will. From the Berwick 45, kicker should be able to reach the end zone here. And Berwick will have to take it as a touchback.
Ty Wilkerson and Julian Howie deep for the Bulldogs, who move from our left to our right in this opening quarter. Walter's kick, very, very high and deep and 5 yards deep, and you cannot run the ball out of the end zone. Julian Howie wanted to,
yep.
And he started out, but it's a rule that's been there forever, and I have no idea why it's in.
Yeah, I think it's a silly rule, too. Let the people have discretion. Then, of course, we critique had Julian Howie tried to run that out. We probably would have been rather critical of the decision.
So Berwick has it 1st and 10 at their 20. Selinsgrove's front 3, Tegan Manier, Devin Mitchell, Matt Sheltman, linebackers Owen Hoffman, Ethan Miller, Mason Vasquez, and Jake Bettle. First play from scrimmage is a run by Ty Wilkerson off the left side from a tailback spot. He picks up just a couple. Secondary for the Seals, Wyatt Teets, Andrew Martinez at the corners, Kevin Bastian and Andrew Martinez at the safeties.
Yeah, they're really bunched up, anticipating the need to stop a very dangerous runner in Ty Wilkerson. There they did meet him near the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 8. Wilkerson is the lone running back deep in the backfield. Gets the call. There's a big hole off the right side. He turns the corner 30, 35, 40. Down the sideline over midfield. It's a foot race, and not many people are going to catch Ty Wilkerson, who goes 78 yards for the score.
Well, a lot of offense in the opening minutes of this one, Jim. Berwick's defense couldn't even slow down Selinsgrove. A couple of plays, and boom, they're down in the red zone, punching it in. And all of a sudden, after 2 plays, Ty Wilkerson goes 80 yards on an exciting run.
And boy, what a great job of blocking off the right side. I mean, he had about 10 yards before any Seals could even try to get him. Here's Caleb Yost now, who's 15 for 15 in extra points on the season. Ashton Smith with the hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Time out the field. 9:56 to go in the first. Berwick 7, Selinsgrove 7. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Family tradition is the foundation of Nespoli Jewelers, a family tradition started by Joseph Nespoli and continued by his grandson Jonathan. For 3 generations, Nespoli Jewelers have prided themselves on mixing fine with fashion. Jonathan can customize your engagement ring and wedding bands, design a unique piece of jewelry inspired by you, or simply help you find an affordable gift. Service, quality, creativity. Nespoli Jewelers. Yesterday's principles, today's creations. East Front Street in Berwick and online at nespolijewelers.com.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
For the right side of that offensive front for Berwick, Matt Gordner, Chase Shuckers opened up a big hole for Ty Wilkerson, and he picks up where he left off last week with a 78-yard touchdown run on Berwick's second play from scrimmage. We're tied at 7, 9:56 to go in the first.
Yeah, starts as a power off the right side, but he quickly saw that the wide end collapsed, turned it into a sweep, and boy, he's not going to lose any foot races, Jim. Yeah, tremendous speed.
Yost kickoff goes to the far side. Studer at the 22. To the 30, the 35, to the 40, and out over the 45 to the 46. So again, Selinsgrove with good field position for their second possession, and they looked really impressive in their first.
They certainly did. Aiden George had a chance. I thought he knocked him out of bounds, but no official there to see the foot go out. If it did, and the running back with the football on the kick return goes another 10 yards to Suter.
And Selinsgrove starts their second possession where they started their first, at their own 41-yard line.
Berwick needs some defense, Jim.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Amato has the snap. He's back to throw. He's looking long downfield. He has a man, Bastian, and Bastian to the Berwick 37-yard line before Alex Estrella makes the stop.
He came down the left side about 12 yards and then broke over the middle of the field. He had inside position on Estrella. Quarterback deftly stepped in the pocket, drilled the ball to him, nicely completed. Estrella could do nothing but bring him down after the catch.
22 yards on the reception by Gavin Bastian. He is one of 3 receivers to the left. First down at the Berwick 37. Out of the pistol. The carry goes to Miller, and Miller's wrapped up by J.J. Leonard. Boy, Leonard was outstanding last week at Williamsport on the defensive side, and he gets a big stop here.
Big stop is right. Penetrated into the backfield, caught the big-time fullback in Ethan Miller, and just was able to kind of wrestle him on down to the ground.
Loss of a yard. Back to the Berwick 38. Second down and 11, Selinsgrove. Again, 3 receivers to the left. Bettel, Studer, and Bastian out of the pistol. Miller is the running back. Amato back to throw. Big pass rush. Gets the pass away. Incomplete. Intended for Bastian. Good coverage by Berwick. Couple of players there. Shiloh Escobar coming from his linebacker spot. Braden Schaefer from his corner position. And good heat on the quarterback. Third down and 11 at the Berwick 38.
Yeah, they collapsed the pocket around them. I think 3 or 4 people. After one more step, we're going to be able to touch that quarterback. Hustled the throw. Braden Schaefer behind the man. You mentioned linebackers in front. Made it very challenging for any type of completion there.
Third down and 11. Again, trips to the left, wide receiver right, and the pistol formation. With Miller, the running back. Back to throw. Is Amato. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 48-yard line. Berwick coming hard. J.J. Leonard was there. Gabe Decker was there. Chase Shuckers was there. Lots of heat on the sophomore quarterback, and the punt team on for the Seals.
Yeah, Skylar Neville from his left defensive end really came around well and forced the quarterback to step away. And by stepping away, he steps into the other 3 that you mentioned. You're going to force the punt.
So Selinsgrove had a first down at the Berwick 37. They end up back at the Berwick 47. In a punt situation, Noah Walter does all the kicking for this team. Snap a little bit high. He pulls it down. Gets the kick away. Bounces at the 20. Fielded by Berwick deep at the 15. And he is immediately buried. Took a chance there.
Yeah, he let it bounce, Jim. That was Shiloh Escobar. And it bounced high, and he decided, well, I can cleanly catch this. And you could, but you're going to be cleanly tackled and mobbed by the Selinsgrove defenders down on the punt.
So second possession for the Bulldogs. 7:49 to go in the quarter. Score tied at 7. Their first possession, a 2-play scoring drive. Second play, 78-yard run by Ty Wilkerson. We'll see where they have Wilkerson as Aiden George comes on as either a fullback or blocking back to the right.
I'm as interested to see where the line is going to be, where the H-backs line up.
And that is George to the right, and the carry is to that side to Wilkerson, and nothing doing. Great defense by the Seals. Wilkerson brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Wyatt Teets, who's listed as the left cornerback, was up like a linebacker to take that play away, Jim. So not only are they playing that 3-5 with 8 men up, but the corners as well. I saw the other corner up on the first play for Berwick offensively in the last series. So they're really cheating people up to try to jam things at the line of scrimmage.
Wilkerson, the lone running back, gets the call off the left side, lowers the shoulder, breaks a tackle, gets out to about the 25-yard line. Well, that's what makes him so effective. He is the speedster, as we saw on the second play of the game, and there we saw him as a power back picking up 7.
He can drop that shoulder, Jim. He gets himself, sees the seam, and when he sees congestion, he's just going to drop and drive the legs.
3rd and 3. Again, Wilkerson the call. He won't get anywhere. He'll lose yardage. There's that man we talked about, Ethan Miller, with a big defensive play.
Middle linebackers can go left and right. They can key on that singleton running back, whether it's I formation or whether it's wildcat, and just kind of target on him. And he was able to do it on that play. Berwick's going to be forced into a punting situation, I believe.
Yeah, there's no gain on the play, so it's 4th down and 3, Bulldogs at their 24. As Escobar in to do the punting. He's standing back at the Berwick 10-yard line. Now, Bastian has a couple of punt return touchdowns, including one last week. This punt, though, is very, very short, and he takes it on the run and down the far sideline, and he's out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Looked like one of those, well, you just let it go, you're going to get great field position, but not Gavin Bastian.
No, it was well in front of him. Good 15 yards in front of him where it bounced. He yelled for his own people to clear out, and they did. But he decides, I'm coming up. If everyone's clearing out, and there's no one from the Berwick defense knowing where the ball is, I'm going to pick it up on the bounce and keep my momentum going. And eventually Shiloh Escobar, the punter, has to tackle him near the original line of scrimmage.
5:48 to go in the first. Score tied at 7, but Selinsgrove first down at the Berwick 15-yard line. Slot to the left side. I formation. Mitchell, who had the touchdown, gets the carry, and the tailback brought down after a short gain, just a yard to the 14-yard line. J.J. Leonard in there.
Yeah, J.J. Leonard got the penetration again. Berwick in the last couple games has been showing penetration with its front four and blitzing linebackers. And that time, J.J. Leonard from a yard deep across the line of scrimmage was able to wrap up the ball carrier.
2nd down and 8. They give him 2 to the Berwick 13-yard line. Seals threatening to take the lead once again here in the first. Amato, the sophomore quarterback, trotted to the sideline to get the play call. Now they've got a lineman coming out, and they may have to burn a timeout here because there looks like a lot of confusion. Bastian is looking to the sideline.
Don't think they started a 25-second clock, Jim, so they won't have to.
Why didn't they?
I wonder myself.
And now Selinsgrove will call a timeout. 5:26 to go in the first. Score tied at 7. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Are you on the market for a new set of wheels? Once you find it, whether it's a functional grocery getter or a midlife crisis hot rod, the tag and title experts at Berwick Notary in Berwick are open 6 days a week, so you can be rest assured you'll be on the road and legal in no time. Berwick Notary can transfer a title, register an ATV or any kind of vehicle, and they're the only notary in Columbia County that registers boats. Berwick Notary's been serving the Bulldog community for over 40 years, and they proudly support the Berwick Bulldogs. Check out their Facebook page, and go Dogs!
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Gavin Bastian is a senior and a terrific player for Selinsgrove. His punt return has set them up. They had now at the Berwick 13-yard line, facing a 2nd and 8 with 5:26 to go, and the score tied at 7. Bastian, 2 touchdowns this season on punt returns, including a 91-yarder against Hollidaysburg last week. And boy, he kind of deked the Berwick punt coverage team with that return, and now the Seals following their timeout will set it up at the Berwick 13. Bastian is wide to the left side. I formation behind the quarterback, Amato. He gives the ball to Mitchell, trying to get outside left, and good coverage by the Bulldogs. They'll get him out about the 10-yard line.
They changed fullbacks. They took Ethan Miller out. I don't know to rest him or why. And the fullback's kick-out block just didn't move the defensive end. Shiloh Escobar, coming up from the secondary, was there to help contain it as well, and he pulls down the tackle.
They did get 4 on the play, though, and it's 3rd down and 4. The ball resting at the Berwick 9-yard line. Mason Vasquez is in that offense now for the Seals, as Amato takes the snap, rolls left. No, it's Bastian. Bastian on the Wildcat, and he'll get just to the 7-yard line. He picks up a couple, so a decision. They have a good kicker, but this is a 4th and 2 at the Berwick 8.
It's a long 2, pushing 3. Doesn't look like a kicker's coming in, though, Jim. I think the notion is if they come up short here from the left hash, they'll pin Berwick in deep.
Yeah, they mark it at the 8, so it is a 4th and 3 situation. And now it is Amato who's going to take the snap. Miller is back in there at the fullback. Big call, 4th and 3. Call goes to Miller. He looks off the left side for the first down yardage, and I don't know.
Can't really tell where the chain happens to be. He got to about the 5-yard line, and that seemed to be the threshold he needed. Going to call him just short of the 5-yard line. They're going to look over to the chain and say,
Berwick football. Berwick football. The Bulldogs.
You know, you have a guy that's that tough like Ethan Miller, and you say, hey, he does it all-stater as the middle linebacker. He has that toughness. Let's give it to him. Let him pound it. And he did drive with people on his back, but Berwick came up and held him just short.
So the 4th and 3 at the 8. They come up short, and the Bulldogs will take over deep in their own territory at the 5 with 3:52 to this opening quarter, and the score tied at 7. And now, out of the Wildcat, Wilkerson takes the snap, looks for some running room off the left side. Not much there. He gets a couple to the 7, maybe the 8-yard line.
Ethan Miller following it from middle linebacker. You know, he's across the ball on one side of the line of scrimmage. Wilkerson's on the other, and he's just able to target with him. Wilkerson will still get about 3 yards on the play.
2nd and 7 Bulldogs as quarterback Billy Hansen checks back into the lineup. You'll see that Wildcat from time to time for the Bulldogs. But right now, it's Hansen out of the gun with Wilkerson to his right. 2nd and 7. And we have whistles and a timeout called by Berwick. 3:08 to go in the opening quarter. Score tied at 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
At Journey Bank, we believe your checking account should do more for you. That's why we offer Bazing Checking. With Bazing Checking, enjoy cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and savings both in-store and online at over 300,000 local and national retailers.
Bazing Checking not only helps me save money with deals and discounts, it also protects my cell phone and provides peace of mind when I'm on the road.
Bazing Checking. It's banking that looks out for you. Switch to Bazing Checking at Journey Bank today. Visit journeybank.com or stop by any of our 20 community office locations. Journey Bank. Let's get you there.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Berwick with the football back at their 8-yard line, moving from our left to our right, following their timeout. Score tied at 7. 3:08 to go in this opening quarter. Selinsgrove had a couple of other scoring opportunities, taking over at the Berwick 37, one drive, and then eventually getting to the Berwick 8-yard line and another, but came up short. Score is tied, and the Bulldogs from their 8. Hanson out of the gun. Wilkerson to his right, flag now.
Have to see what it is. Thrown by the linesman. I don't know if someone was lined up over the ball. I don't think they had taken a set position. You can see Selinsgrove is cheating 10 people up within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Only one safety back about 10 yards off the ball. Selinsgrove looks to be booking themselves back 5 yards.
Yeah, offside. Boy, that's a big call.
That's a big one.
Berwick back at their 8-yard line, facing a 2nd down and 7. Now a 2nd down and 2 for the Bulldogs at their 13.
Yeah, go with power football, and power football is basically handed to Tymere Wilkerson. He's power.
He is to the right of Hanson, who awaits the shotgun snap. Long count. Banana bunch of 3 receivers off to the left.
They'll block with them.
And Hanson fakes handoff, keeps the football himself. Nothing there. He won't get back to the line of scrimmage.
He tried to run and he escaped one man in the backfield, but by the time he's escaping, there's that big 44, Ethan Miller, the middle linebacker, coming in. He read the play, saw where he wanted to run, and with Hanson slowed down at first by an initial tackler coming to get him, Ethan Miller's going to finish him off.
A loss of a yard for Billy Hanson. He trots to the sideline, gets the play call from C.J. Curry. 3rd down and 4. Berwick backed up to their own 12-yard line. Hanson now under center. Toss, sweep, Wilkerson left side, needs a block, turns the corner, won't get the block. And he's short of the first down yardage.
Yeah, he's being tackled right about the marker. Depends if they give him a generous spot or not, and if they had the chains pulled far enough. The official doesn't want to move from where he put his foot down so that they mark it accurately.
The ball is at the 15. They needed 3. They got 3, but they're inches short.
Oh, boy. Might bark signals on 4th down, but boy, I'd be hesitant not to punt it.
Gavin Galusha just checked in for the first time. Now he's on one of 3 blocking backs to the left. There's the toss. Wilkerson gets it, follows that blocking, and gets the first down.
Wow.
Berwick, 4th down and inches at their own 15. They go for it, and Wilkerson picks it up.
C.J. Curry showed a lot of confidence. And, of course, when you have Ty Wilkerson there, and you have the blocking that he has, you can. And, boy, 4th down when you're that deep in your own territory, to go for it, it's high risk, but high reward as they come through.
And Galusha, normally a running back, was a blocking back that time and helped lead the way for Wilkerson, who's going to take a wildcat snap now with the running back to his right. And Wilkerson off the right is tackled hard as he gets maybe a yard on the play.
It's just very hard. Selinsgrove has very adept linebackers and corners who are all cheating up near the line of scrimmage. At the snap, they want to be able to fill all those gaps as best they can. They're reading, and they're all keying on Ty Wilkerson, and they're all getting to the football.
A yard for Ty there. It is 2nd down and 9. Berwick at their own 18-yard line.
Berwick only had 1 passing attempt in the last game. With everyone cheating up, do you play action and try to pass it here?
Wilkerson Takes the direct snap, tries the left side. He is swarmed under it. Selinsgrove, with the exception of that one play, doing very, very well in this opening quarter against the run.
Yes, they are. They have the athletes at the linebacker level. They're coming on up. They're reading and adjusting very well, fending off the blockers.
No gain there. It is 3rd down and 9. Berwick at their own 18-yard line.
Normally would be a passing situation. I don't know. I don't know if I want to pass when this team knows I'm planning to pass.
Now they stopped the clock. Nico Wilczynski has some equipment issue, so he has to come out for this 3rd down play. Mike Perry replaces him. So it's 3rd and 9. Bulldogs at their own 18. Slot to the right. Hansen awaits the shotgun snap. Play action. Rolls right. Looks to throw. Fires a pass into coverage. Diving attempt incomplete. Intended for Julian Howie. Good coverage by the Seals, including Carlos Studer. And now the punt team will come on for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just too obvious a passing down to be able to expect people to break open. Tried to get an out pattern to Julian Howie at about 12 yards, but corners and safeties and linebackers all in the area force a low throw.
And now, as dangerous a punt returner as the Bulldogs have faced this season, Gavin Bastian, who had a great return earlier, has his feet at the Berwick 49. Escobar back at the Berwick 5, gets the snap, gets the kick away. Not long, but very, very high. And takes a Selinsgrove bounce. Boy, they're going to have terrific field position once again with 16.7 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. Score tied at 7.
They'd like to do better on the punts if they could, but of course if you get it much deeper, then you get it to where Bastian's going to field it. Last time you bounced it 15 yards in front of him, he comes up, and while people kind of move away from the bouncing football, he takes it on the bounce with his momentum and returns it. This time it just comes up short.
19 yards on that punt. Selinsgrove has Mason Vasquez in as a fullback now, and Ethan Miller goes to the tailback spot, and the toss to Miller off the left side. Berwick defends it very, very well.
Well, they really did. Number 8 coming in for Berwick, that Shiloh Escobar, went on low. So he came up from the secondary, went on low at Ethan Miller's legs.
And that is the end of the first quarter play with the score. Berwick 7, Selinsgrove 7. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
One quarter in the books here at Harold L. Bowling Memorial Field in Selinsgrove. Score tied at 7, but boy, Selinsgrove, this is the 3rd time they've taken over the football in Berwick territory. They have it at the Bulldogs' 37-yard line. They move from our left to our right. Vasquez is the fullback, ahead of Miller in the I formation. Bastian in motion. They're going to try to throw a pass to him. He gets it at the 30 and drags a tackler to the 24-yard line. They sent Gavin Bastian in motion. They were on target with the pass to him, and he got some yardage after the catch. He'll get about 12 to the 25-yard line, first down.
Everett Snyder from the linebacker position eventually coming over as he eludes the first man and starts running downfield.
So the Seals, 1st and 10 at the at the Berwick 25-yard line. Amato. Quarterback, Berwick coming on a blitz. And they get the running back right about the line of scrimmage. The run blitz almost went right into the ball carrier.
Yeah, Ethan Miller was in the I formation. Rocco Romeo's coming from the left side through the A gap there. And he has to slide with his angle and hit the opposite side of the field to try to catch that running back. And he'll catch Ethan Miller for no gain.
Second down call coming. Rocco Romeo, 5'10", 215-pound senior, leading the Bulldogs in tackles in the season with 26. 7 tackles for loss. 2nd and 10, Seals at the Bulldog. 24. Amato under center, gives it to Miller again. Bounces away from one tackler. Bounces away again, and the Bulldogs finally get him out about the 20-yard line. Boy, he earned those yards.
He's very, very physical, Jim. First man met him in the C gap, and he just bounced back and went wide. Defensive end was being tied up by a blocker. He got an arm on him, slowed him down. Eventually, Ty Wilkerson coming to give him a physical push out of bounds, and the two exchange words out there. But, it's a physical game. He'll get 5.
3rd down and 6. Seals at their 20. Bastion is wide to the left side. I formation behind Amato. Berwick showing blitz. And flag down the play. Did they mistime it?
They may have. The linemen threw it. Either they mistimed it or someone broke their stance anticipating them coming through. It's over on the left hash.
It was a Berwick penalty to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, kind of trying to time that blitz. Shoot the A gaps. Got there just a little too quickly.
And that will be a first down for the Seals at the Berwick 15. We're early in the second quarter. Score tied at 7. Selinsgrove has had opportunity after opportunity in Berwick territory. Bulldogs score coming on the one big play, the long run by Ty Wilkerson at the Berwick 15. Back to throw is Amato. His pass goes to Bastion. It's behind the line of scrimmage. He reverses his field, goes all the way to the other side of the field, still on his feet and forced out of bounds. Pass was behind him. Would have been a fumble. He made the alert play to pick it up. And let's see where I got to mark the football. He'll lose a couple of yards, but it could have been disastrous for the Selinsgrove offense. Loss of 2 to the 17, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, quarterback got it. He took 2 steps back from his wide receiver spot. It was an obvious lateral, and it bounced to him. Some teams do that by design on trick plays. It's a lateral and still alive. The referees are still aware of it, the umpire. And there he just took it all the way behind the formation before getting knocked out.
2nd and 12 at the 17. Bastion in a slot to the right. I formation. Amato back to throw. Looking to Bastion. Incomplete. Good coverage by Caleb May. Boy, Berwick really happy to see him back in the lineup after missing those games with injury. He is a terrific corner.
Yeah. Again, a similar hitch pass, but instead of behind the line, maybe at the line of scrimmage or 1 yard behind. Berwick, though, reading the quarterback's eyes and his step, come up very, very quickly on Bastion to take that play away.
3rd down and 12. Selinsgrove at the Berwick 17-yard line.
Over on the far left hash, wide side of the field to the right. Is it Bastion coming out here yet again? Yes, it is.
And it's Caleb May on the coverage. Great matchup there. Amato back to throw, looking for Bastion in the end zone. He's double coverage. He still comes up with the ball for a touchdown. 2 Bulldogs there. Bastion goes up, makes the grab, 17 yards for the score.
Just beautiful play, double coverage. Ty Wilkerson from safety came over to help, but they threw it over his head into the arms of Gavin Bastion. The corner was also in that area, but it was the safety trying to make the play. Just wonderfully placed by the quarterback, Rocco Amato, to drop it over the safety and into the hands of Gavin Bastion.
Just a sophomore, Rocco Amato. Extra point attempt coming by Noah Walter. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout in the field. 9:28 to go in the first half. Selinsgrove 14, Berwick 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickshinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
9:28 to go in the opening half. Selinsgrove has just completed a 7-play, 37-yard scoring drive and a 17-yard touchdown pass. Rocco Amato to Gavin Bastian. It's just a 7-point lead for the Seals, but they have been completely dominant in field position. They have gotten the ball in the Berwick territory 3 or 4 times, converted twice. They have the lead. And the Bulldogs will see if they can get some field position as Julian Howie fields the kick at the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and not much more than that. Good coverage by the Seals on the far side of the field.
Yes, it really was. Mason Vasquez among the people, taking him to the sideline and out. Specialty team play has been a factor in this one, Jim. Berwick's come up with short punts or punts that have been returned. And as you mentioned, the imbalance in field position has really made a seeming difference. Seeming more than this 14-7 score that we now see the Seals have. And Berwick's finding it tough to get Ty Wilkerson going. He had the 78-yard burst, but after that, Seals pretty much keeping his running in check.
Slot to the left side. Berwick moving from our right to our left in this second quarter. Billy Hansen under center. I formation, the tailback. Wilkerson gets the call, tries to sweep the left side. Not much there. He is forced out of bounds after a gain of about a yard. Great pursuit to the football by Selinsgrove this entire game so far.
Bastian was out in the slot covering a receiver, and Wilkerson felt, I don't want to run inside of him, although I probably can for some yardage. I feel I can turn on the jets and get wide. And while he did that little lateral move, though, Selinsgrove's secondary, the rest of it, came and caught up to him, so just a 1-yard gain.
2nd down and 9, Bulldogs. Julian Howie wide to the right. Hansen out of the pistol. Hansen keeps it himself, looks for some yardage, gets some over the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. 3rd down coming.
May have been a busted play, Jim. He turned to his left when he got the ball like he wanted to hand it off, and no one came. We saw Ty Wilkerson go in the other direction. So a miscommunication in the huddle, one man thinking it's one play, one thinking the other. And Billy Hansen makes the most of it, gaining 4 yards or so.
3rd down and 6. Berwick at their 26. I formation behind Hansen, who's under center. Wilkerson gets the call, looks for the first down yardage, and slips down short of the first down yardage.
Yeah, he planned it once more, and his leg slipped on this AstroTurf, and he comes up just about a football length short of the chains. They went for it with worse field position. They're going to go for it again on 4th down.
4th and inches. Berwick at their own 31-yard line. I formation. Hansen under center. Backs away. Now back under center. Selinsgrove showing a run blitz. The call goes to Wilkerson straight ahead. Gets enough from that offensive line to pick up the first down. So Berwick gambles for the 2nd time this opening half in their own territory. And both times coming up with the first down.
I want to see them move the chains, though, Jim. The chains are on our side of the field, blocked by the Berwick players, and they have not moved the ball, and they not have indicated first down. They're going to bring it out for a measurement.
Well, the ball was at the 31. It's at the 32 now.
Yeah, I thought he had enough, but when I'm looking at the chains, and I don't know if they're stretched out far enough, we're not getting a good look at the markers. That's part of the problem. I thought he just needed to get past the 31. The tip of the ball is just about touching 32, but they might have needed a little more. It's a big measurement. I don't know if they have it, Jim. They're going to pull that chain across once they set it. And yes or no? Yes.
Wow.
Joe Claybon says yes. Neither team was cheering. Joe Claiborne had to see the nose of the football just past the marker, and it was one of those inch to a half inch that Berwick earned that one.
So Bulldogs will keep this possession alive with 7:18 to go in the half. They trail 14-7. The ball at their 32-yard line. Flags and whistles before that play.
They weren't ready. I don't think a ready for play signal was given. Joe Claiborne blew it dead immediately. I think we'll just restart this as 1st and 10, but make everyone wait until they get an official ready for play.
If you're just joining us, Berwick scored on their second play on offense. 78-yard run by Ty Wilkerson. They've been held in check since. They trail Selinsgrove 14-7. The clock begins to run. 7:15 to go in the half. Hansen under center, blocking back to the right. I formation. Wilkerson the call. Selinsgrove is across that line of scrimmage, and he will barely get back to the line of scrimmage off the right side.
Wilkerson's a tough runner. You got to give him that, but he often doesn't pay attention to the play call. That was counter trade. The tackle and the guard on the right side pulled to block here on the left, and instead Wilkerson ran to the area they vacated with the pull. So he either felt there was going to be a natural seam there and just disdained the blockers.
He comes out now. Gavin Galusha is the tailback. And Berwick, Skylar Neville from his tight end position, broke his stance and will make it tougher. You know, when you're going every play just about a running play, those penalties can be huge.
I have Ty Wilkerson with 14 carries for 100 yards even at this point, Jim. But 2 carries into the game, he was at 80 yards. Selinsgrove has won the battle since that point.
2nd and 15 from the 27. Galusha the call. Gavin Galusha off the left side with a good carry out near the 35-yard line.
Yeah, following those pulling people, a little bit more of the counter trade look from the right side, coming to the left with the blockers. He stays behind them. We'll stretch it for about 3.
The ball at the 34-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Give him 7 on that, actually, because the penalty.
Oh.
So Julian Howie, wide left. Out of the gun. Hansen, play action. Throws it, and it's picked off. And it's going to be a touchdown down the far side. A little behind the intended receiver. The ball picked off by Carlos Studer. He goes 30 yards for the score, and Berwick's in a 2-touchdown hole.
It was meant to be a very quick hitter. Get the ball, take 1 step, and throw it to Gabe Decker, the right tight end, who's heading down the field. But as you mentioned, it's an awkward one. It's a little high, maybe a little behind him. Decker gets a hand on it. But as he's getting the hand on it, Studer's going to the football, takes it away from his hands, and his momentum's going in the other direction. And that's a big score for Selinsgrove.
Berwick has 4 touchdown passes on the season.
Flag on the play, folks.
They've had 3
personal foul against
passes
the Bulldogs,
returning
that'll be enforced
for a touchdown. And again, a personal foul against Berwick on a scoring play. And again, that probably means terrible field position for Berwick on the ensuing kick. So those penalties are huge.
Yes, they are.
Here's Walter with the extra point. Snap placement. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout in the field. 5:28 remaining in the half. Selinsgrove 21. Berwick 7. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Penalties have been an issue for Berwick this season. Coming into tonight's game, they had 23 more penalties than the opposition. They've had a couple after scoring plays in this one, and they've enabled Selinsgrove to kick off from Berwick territory And unless the Bulldogs get a big return or any return, they're going to be back in the hole again, as they have been for much of this opening half, as Walter's kick is high and deep and goes 8 yards into the end zone. And again, that penalty is huge, because Berwick's going to take over at the 20. Bulldogs have some excellent return men, but they don't get a chance because of the penalties.
And they're bad penalties, Jim. This is a lack of discipline penalty. You score on me, so I'm going to push you, or, whatever it is. A 15-yarder, it's just inexcusable when the team has discipline.
So the Bulldogs have 5:28 to go in the half. They have 2 timeouts remaining. They trail 21-7. They have it at their own 20. Hansen under center. Ty Wilkerson is the running back. He gets the call off the left side. Pretty good first down carry. Gets over the 25 out to about the 26-yard line.
Selinsgrove almost looks to be deking Berwick out a little bit. They're leaving an obvious seam at the line of scrimmage. At the snap, you can see that Ty Wilkerson's heading toward that seam, but also as the snap's coming, you're seeing the secondary jump into that open area. And, Wilkerson still made them pay with a 6-yard run.
2nd down and 4, Berwick at their 26. Wilkerson again hit hard. Will get maybe a yard to the 27.
They're anticipating him running. Of course, why wouldn't you run him? After the game he had last week, he proved to be almost unstoppable. They'll give him a little bit more, keep him just about a yard short of the chains on that, Jim.
3rd down, about 2 from the 28-yard line. Bulldogs break the huddle to line of scrimmage. Hansen under center again. He's going to keep it himself and got to be buried. Might have been a broken play.
I'm not sure if he was looking to fake it and then run behind Ty Wilkerson, but Owen Hoffman had nothing to do with it. He can see it was not being handed off. He let Wilkerson get by him, and then he wraps up the quarterback nicely.
And again, because of that penalty, Berwick deep in their own territory, and because they can't move the chains, Selinsgrove's going to get great field position, maybe better, because they have a terrific punt returner in Gavin Bastian deep. Escobar back at the Berwick 10-yard line. Aiden George with a good snap. Escobar's kick is high over midfield. Good coverage by Berwick. There'll be no return. And it will go out of bounds near the 40-yard line. But still, great position for the Seals with 3:29 to go in the half. And Berwick trailing 21-7. And I think this is a big possession as far as Berwick is concerned on their defensive side. They can't allow any more points, so this one's out of hand in the first half.
All agree. Time for an impact play, Jim. But the impact plays have been on the side of the Selinsgrove offense. Gavin Bastian has 4 catches, 63 yards. Fullback Ethan Miller, we know how tough he is from his linebacker play. He has 51 yards on 6 carries.
Amato out of the pistol. Miller's the lone running back behind him. Amato back to throw. Fires a quick out, and the ball's dropped. Won't happen very often. Gavin Bastian had it in the breadbasket at the 43. Couldn't pull it in. 2nd and 10. Seals at their 40.
Braden Schaefer came up very quickly and was ready to hit him at the line of scrimmage had he caught it. I think Bastian realized that I have to catch this and make a move, lost the concentration, and didn't make the catch. Schaefer was in position to bring him down very quickly for a very short gain.
2nd and 10. Berwick struggling offensively, looking for a big play on the defensive side. Out of the pistol again. Miller's the running back behind Amato. Bastian in motion to the right. Miller gets the call off the right side. Head of steam. He'll be gang tackled as he gets to about the 45-yard line.
I like the way Chase Shuckers played it, Chip. He's the defensive tackle on the right side. Got a little penetration, and while Ethan Miller hit a hole wide of him, he was able to stretch out, grab a hold of an ankle, and help bring that tough fullback down.
They mark it at the 44, so we'll call 3rd down and 6. Again, Berwick looking for a stop with the clock running and 2:55 to go in the half. The Bulldogs trailing Selinsgrove 21-7.
Selinsgrove not in any kind of hurry.
Bastian wide left. Caleb May has that tough assignment. Berwick coming on a blitz. Samato back to throw. Fires, has a man wide open over the middle. The Berwick 35 to the 30, all the way down to the 25-yard line. Jake Bettle, the tight end, had no one around him. And this is going to be a roughing the passer against Berwick, so we'll add yardage on.
Well, Jake Bettle only had one catch, a 16-yarder on the season, Jim. Almost all the passing goes to Gavin Bestian, but this time Jake Bettle posting short down the middle, finds himself open, makes a nice secure catch, and then takes it downfield for nice yardage. And again, add the penalty yardage onto it. It's going to be a huge play.
29 yards on the completion to Bettle. And another Berwick 15-yard penalty, and the Bulldogs in a world of hurt now. Down already 2 touchdowns, and Selinsgrove first down at the Berwick 11-yard line.
Selinsgrove takes very, very tight splits at the line of scrimmage.
Slot to the left side. Bastian in motion. Takes the handoff. Trying to get outside left. Berwick defends it well. He turns the corner. Ridden out of bounds. And another Berwick penalty. A late hit on the far side. Now, there is a penalty also in the middle of the field. But again, the Bulldogs defended it very, very well, but just kept it going out of bounds. And another discipline penalty.
Yeah, they widened it, and then Gabe Decker coming back from his defensive end position when the man was out of bounds, comfortably out of bounds by 2 yards, gave him a shot that sent him flying. And that's a penalty after the play. So if there's a penalty during the play, you're going to have to see how you mark this off. Do you mark a hold off for 10 yards and then go 15 yards back? Does the play count? Does the play not count? You're going to have a Claiborne conference. Joe Claiborne, line judge Don Claiborne in there. Dan Claiborne, get it right, Andy.
It's a hold against Selinsgrove, and it's the 3rd personal foul of this opening half for Berwick.
And an obvious one. I'd have thrown the flag. In fact, 2 or 3 officials on that side saw the hit out of bounds. Frustration. You know, you made the play. The team made the play. Other guys permitted the man from getting around the end. They stopped Bastian for a yard or 2. Well, why the late hit?
So it's offsetting penalties. We'll take this play over. 1st and 10, Selinsgrove at the Berwick 11. Seals came to the line of scrimmage, and then someone called a timeout. It was the Bulldogs. 2:09 to go in the half. Berwick trails 21-7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Family tradition is the foundation of Nespoli Jewelers, a family tradition started by Joseph Nespoli and continued by his grandson Jonathan. For 3 generations, Nespoli Jewelers have prided themselves on mixing fine with fashion. Jonathan can customize your engagement ring and wedding bands, design a unique piece of jewelry inspired by you, or simply help you find an affordable gift. Service, quality, creativity. Nespoli Jewelers. Yesterday's principles, today's...
Remaining in the Seals with a 1st and 10 at the Berwick 11. They have 2 timeouts remaining.
In a world of hurt, but a lot of it by their own making, Jim. 3 15-yard penalties. Specialty teams are letting them down in coverage and in the length of punts. Just need to tighten things up.
Seals moving from our left to our right. Wyatt Teets wide left. Gavin Bastian. Couple to about the 8-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Rocco Romeo was blitzing and pretty much ran right. For Berwick.
Wide receiver. down coming.
Rocco Romeo played that one well, Jim. He's sort of outside, approaching the C gap. Saw the play coming at him, went at the play. And while the runner will get some tough yardage, Berwick does limit it and keep him out of the end zone.
3rd and 4, Selinsgrove. Ball at the Berwick 6-yard line.
On the left hash, wide side of the field is to the right, but this team seems to enjoy running between its tackles.
Vasquez is now the fullback. Ahead of Miller in the I. Miller the call off the right side. And Berwick stops him right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, J.J. Leonard coming across, catches him, and bear hugs him, pulls him back. Big defensive play. The fact that they ran for it there, they're hoping to get it a little tighter. I think it anticipate the 4th down play.
I don't know. They have a good kicker. Boy, another 3 would look big.
Would look big.
And they're letting that clock wind down. So I'm thinking they're going to let it go as long as it can and then bring on the field goal kicker.
8 seconds on the play clock. They'll probably take a timeout with about 2 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Stop it there.
Well, scoreboard clock, 6.6 to go in the half. Seals will take the timeout. We'll keep it here. Reminder, stay with us at halftime. Andy will have all the stats for you. And Ashlyn Walshaw will bring you updated on the high school football scoreboard as we hit weekend number 9 of the 10-week regular season. Seals have a pretty good kicker in Noah Walter. He mentioned he's a junior and the son of former head coach Dave Hess. Dave is on the staff this year as an assistant. He was the head coach when the Seals won the state championship in 2009. And they had a terrific linebacker on that team by the name of Matt Wenrick, who was in his first year as the head coach of the Seals. Wyatt Teets will hold. The hold will be at the 13. This is a 23-yard field goal attempt.
Certainly agree with the strategy on the kick, Jim.
Snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. 0.6 seconds remaining in the first half. And Selinsgrove extends their lead over Berwick to 24-7.
Interested in how they'll go with the kickoff. Under a second, as you mentioned, on the clock, so you may as well squib it. As soon as Berwick touches it, the half should end. No reason to kick it deep and risk a return.
Well, by far the biggest play on that scoring drive, the 29-yard pass completion to the tight end Jake Bettle.
Yeah, just his second catch of the year. Jimmy had a 16-yarder before that. Comes up big with a 29-yarder. Releases from tight end, posts down the middle in front of the safeties. Bastian probably took them deep. Makes the catch and then a nice run with the football after he receives it.
Bulldogs will get the football to start the second half, but they dug themselves a big hole, trailing now 24-7 as Noah Walter, the junior, following his field goal, will kick it off.
And how far is the question?
He squibs it along the turf, headed toward the sideline. Does it go out of bounds?
Yes.
It does.
I think it's the one thing you wouldn't want to do. You can just bounce that ahead 15 yards and let one of the big linemen fall on it. It would have been a live ball. Time would have run out. As that goes out of bounds, Berwick should get a play. Ball's not, the clock shouldn't start until the ball is touched, so you're giving Berwick an offensive snap, or no? I saw a referee throw the ball up in the air like it was halftime, but I think it was just finding the strings.
It's an illegal procedure because of the kick went out of bounds. Berwick will have it at their own 35-yard line. It's ironic. There's just 0.6 seconds to go in this half, and this is the best field position starting for Berwick in the entire half.
Yeah, well, one touch. Ty Wilkerson to make you pay for not just squibbing that in bounds.
See how the Bulldogs play it. Wilkerson out of the Wildcat. will follow his blocking off the left side, over the 40 to the 45, still on his feet out to the 47-yard line. So pick up 12 on the last play of this first half, a half that comes to an end with the score. Selinsgrove 24 and Berwick 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Be moved in a Mazda from W&L. Jump in with the whole family for a night of memories in the third row Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, offering 1.9% financing for 72 months.
Or choose bold utility in the all-new CX-70. You will elevate your driving experience with a comfortable cabin and expansive cargo capacity. Right now, W&L Mazda is offering 2.9% for 72 months.
See us off Route 11 in Northumberland and online at WNLMazda.com.
Financing available to well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other discounts or incentives other than loyalty or military offers. Offers end 10/31/24. See W&L Mazda for complete offer details.
Are you in the market for a new set of wheels? Once you find it, whether it's a functional grocery getter or a midlife crisis hot rod, the tag and title experts at Berwick Notary in Berwick are open 6 days a week, so you can be rest assured you'll be on the road and legal in no time. Berwick Notary can transfer a title, register an ATV or any kind of vehicle, and they're the only notary in Columbia County that registers boats. Berwick Notary's been serving the Bulldog community for over 40 years, and they proudly support the Berwick Bulldogs. Check out their Facebook page and go Dogs.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Masons Monogramming for their latest new items. Masons Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you. Free checking for you and your business. No strings attached. Sounds perfect, right? First Keystone Community Bank offers free personal and business checking options with free Visa debit card, no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and no monthly qualifying requirements. Checking with no gimmicks, just what you need. They'll be celebrating 160 years of serving their communities with 19 full-service locations and convenient digital banking tools 24/7. First Keystone Community Bank. Local banking for the community we all call home. Online at fkc.bank. Equal Opportunity Lender member FDIC.
W234BH West Hazelton at 94.7, WVWX at W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, and W288CF Danville at 105.5. Your home for Berwick Bulldogs football is Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains media station. WHLN Bloomsburg. It's time for the Berwick Bulldogs halftime show on Pop Radio. Brought to you by W&L Subaru, Nissan, and Mazda. Discover the W&L difference today.
24-7 at the half. Boy, was Berwick coach C.J. Curry upset with his team's performance in that half, including 3 personal fouls. In fact, he did not wait until the team got to the locker room. He had his say with the team surrounding him at midfield before they took off for the locker room. Not a good first half performance by the Bulldogs. With a long way to go to get back in this one. They will get the football to start the second half. Before we give you the first half scoring, I want to remind you the Berwick Football Champions Club is selling tickets for your chance to win a rare piece of art depicting legendary coach George Curry by Topps card artist Vincent Wood. Chances are $5 each. They can be purchased at the Bulldogs apparel tent opposite the home field house at Crispin Field, and can also be bought with cash in downtown Berwick at Georgie's Bagels and Mason's Monogram through October 25th. That is a week from tonight when Berwick plays Tunkhannock on senior night at Crispin Field. 5 winners will be drawn at that time. Well, Selinsgrove got off to a great start this one. Their first possession, a 4-play, 59-yard scoring drive. Biggest play, a 45-yard run by Ethan Miller. Devin Mitchell took it in from the 2-yard line for the score. Noah Walter out of the extra point. Selinsgrove led by a score of 7-0. It took Berwick 2 plays to get even. Second play was Ty Wilkerson, outside right, and a 78-yard race down this near sideline for the touchdown. Caleb Yost remained perfect on the season in extra points. The score was tied at 7 with 9:56 to go. Selinsgrove in their second possession on a first down at the Berwick 37-yard line, but a sack of the quarterback ended that drive back at the 47. Selinsgrove got another opportunity in that first quarter. Gavin Bastian with a terrific punt return to the Berwick 15. But on 4th and 3 from the 8, Berwick made the stop, and the first quarter ended with a score tied at 7. But in that second quarter, Selinsgrove, again, taking advantage of the good field position they had the entire first half, went 7 plays, 37 yards. The touchdown, quarterback Rocco Amato to his excellent wide receiver Gavin Bastian, 17 yards for the score. Noah Walter with the extra point. Selinsgrove led 14-7. And then disaster on Berwick's next possession. They decided to go to the air. Short pass by Billy Hansen, picked off by Carlos Studer. 35 yards in the end zone for the score. Ethan Walter with the extra point, 21-7 Seals. And then Selinsgrove put one more score on the board. Starting at their own 40-yard line, they drove to the 6-yard line of the Bulldogs. Biggest play, a 29-yard pass completion. Amato to Jake Bettel, his tight end. Noah Walter came on with 0.6 seconds to go with a 23-yard field goal. And at the half, it is Selinsgrove 24 and Berwick 7. Stay with us. We'll have scores with Ashlyn Walshaw. We'll have stats with Andy Ulickney. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Reds Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Reds Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Reds Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
For over 50 years, you've trusted Overhead Door to provide the finest quality residential and commercial garage door products, installation, and service. With winter right around the corner, your garage doors need a tune-up. For only $99 for one or $125 for multiple doors, they'll check, lube, and adjust your garage doors and openers so they operate smoothly. Call for their seasonal tune-up special, Overhead Door of Berwick. They're more than just doors. See their 5-star rating on their Google business page or visit ohdberwick.com.
Are your appliances feeling a little bit outdated? You looking for the best deals in town? Well, look no further than Flick Brothers Electric, your go-to family-owned appliance paradise. Flick Brothers Electric has all the top-notch name-brand appliances you could ever dream of. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, microwave stoves. They even give free estimates on Fujitsu ductless air conditioner heat pump units. Flick Brothers Electric on Maple Lane, keeping Bloomsburg cool, clean, and cooking for over 65 years. Call them at 570-784-3444.
Fall into savings at Ken Pollock Ford and take advantage of up to $10,000 off select F-150s in stock and up to $1,000 of trade assistance on our Bronco family lineup. With rates falling as low as 1.9% on select models, there's a vehicle for everyone's budget. Ken Pollock Ford is proud to have experts on hand with over 200 years of sales and service experience combined. Service pickup and drop-off, loaner cars, mobile service, we do it all. Only at Ken Pollock Ford, Route 11 Berwick, or online at kenpollockford.com.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Halftime from Selinsgrove High School with the Seals dominating Berwick to the tune of 24-7. Stats from the first half, Andy Ulickney.
The stat sheet doesn't look as bad, Jim. In total offense, Selinsgrove has 152 yards on 25 plays. Berwick just 2 plays less, 23 plays for 125. But when you take the 178-yard burst that Ty Wilkerson had for Berwick's sole points, all of a sudden it looks very, very different. For Berwick, 21 rushes, 125 yards. Wilkerson, 17 carries for 120. Now that looks great. That's 7 yards a carry. But take away the 78-yard touchdown, and he'd have 16 carries, averaging just 2.6 yards a carry. So Selinsgrove seems to have a formula coming up hard at the line of scrimmage to keep Ty Wilkerson in check. For a while, Berwick's had to alter the offense, try a few different things, and Wilkerson obviously has been relatively frustrated. We'll see what the second half game plan is. Right now, 17 carries, 120 yards. Including that 78-yard touchdown burst. Gavin Galusha has just 1 carry, a 7-yarder there. And Billy Hansen has 3 for -2. I believe one was on a broken play where he was forced to go with it. And, you know, as they get people cramming the line of scrimmage or taking a step into the backfield, Whether it's Wilkerson they're stopping, or when Billy Hansen's trying to run by design, they're in position to make those stops. So 21 for 125 looks good, but it's good for only 7 points in this game. Passing 0 for 2, and one was intercepted for a touchdown and obviously no yards. The interception, Billy Hansen wanted to throw a dump pass. I like the call. Gabe Decker's on the right. He's going to release, go about 6 yards downfield, but the ball's up a little bit high. Gabe Decker puts a hand up to get to it, touches it, and all of a sudden we're seeing the D-back, Studer, taking it off those hands and going the other way with his momentum for a score. So a big turnaround play there that hurts the Berwick Bulldogs. 125 on the ground, 0 in the air, 125 here at halftime. For Selinsgrove, 60 on the ground, 92 in the air for a total of 152. It seems like they're constantly running the ball. 17 carries compared to 8 passing attempts, but more yards in the air. The reason the yards in the air, quarterback Rocco Amato has been able to hit Gavin Bastian. Hits him for 4 catches for 63 yards, including a 17-yard touchdown. The guys have a nice chemistry. Bastian catches contested balls, and Rocco Amato putting it out there where he can get it. The other catch by Jake Bedall, the tight end, somewhat of a forgotten man. Just a single catch in the year coming into that, a 16-yarder. He contributes with a 29-yard pass down the middle in the first half. 5 of 8 passing for Rocco Amato for 92 yards. We mentioned rushing, 17 for 60. Ethan Miller has been the main ball carrier. Known as the middle linebacker on this team, known for his toughness. You can see it when he runs. Doing a lot of singleton back, some I-formation back. He has 10 carries for 64 yards, so 6.4 yards a carry is a nice average for the big guy back there. Devin Mitchell, I have him with 3 carries for 7 yards. And Rocco Amato, the quarterback, 2 for -11, being sacked on 1 occasion. A net of 60 yards on the ground for the Seals. 92 in the air gives them 152. Compare it to Berwick's 125. But what you got to compare is the 24-7 up on the scoreboard, Jimmy Doyle.
So what's open for Berwick in the second half? They will get the football to start the second half. After the body language that we watched C.J. Curry go through at the end of the half, I don't expect any personal fouls in the second half. So that's out of the way.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. And, sometimes you get frustrated, but, sometimes it's a lack of discipline. You don't push people when they're out of bounds. That's the one that I saw. The other 2 were after touchdowns, so they're frustration penalties. Oh, you scored on me, I'm going to whack you one. You just don't do that. You just don't do that. And it's led to horrible field position. They have to improve the specialty team games. The punts have to go a little longer, or they got to cover them a little bit better. Defensively, I don't think they're playing a bad game. You got to be able to cover Gavin Bastian, but it's just not in the game plan of R.J. Haas to double cover people, no matter how good. Before the game, he said, now we'd like to get after the quarterback. That's the way you stop that type of passing. Well, you haven't got after the quarterback quite enough, though, when Gavin Bastian's hurt you for 4 catches for 63 yards. Now, granted, he's a special talent. Yeah, we've seen that. We knew by the numbers coming in. We know by the reports we get. And he's certainly proving in this game, not just by what we've seen on his receiving, but also by his punt returns. He's just very, very dangerous. And I think they're going to have to slow down the Selinsgrove running game. They're going to come out running even more with this lead. Offensively, I don't know the answer. It always seems like you don't want to waste a carry to Ty Wilkerson and not give him another carry, because any carry can break. But Selinsgrove stopped 16 of the 17, where he's just averaging 2.6 yards a carry on those other 16 rushes.
And part of me thinks, well, you need to complete a couple of passes to loosen him up. But let's go back to last week when Berwick did not complete a single pass and rushed for 536 yards. So maybe that's not the answer
and
either.
It's not really your game. Billy Hansen was put into quarterback as a running quarterback. Well, I've tried to run him. So the same things that's stopping Ty Wilkerson with bringing everyone to the line of scrimmage is also stopping Billy Hansen. And they just don't have the great throwers at the quarterback position. to be able to make that passing game go.
Berwick will get the football to start the second half. They trail Selinsgrove 24-7. We'll take a look at other scores when we return. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Bloomsburg State Farm agent, Sean Black, at insurebloomsburg.com.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two. Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Both teams have made their appearance on the field. We're a couple of minutes away from the kickoff to start the second half. Berwick trailing Selinsgrove 24-7. For an update on other scores, let's go to Ashlyn Walshaw.
Thanks, Jim. Southern Columbia leads Bloomsburg 27-7 at the half. Warrior Run leads Central Columbia 14-12 at the half. Crestwood and Wilkes-Barre area are currently tied 14-14 at the half. Dallas leads Hazleton area 42-6 at the half. Danville currently leads Shikellamy 14-6 in the second. Montoursville leads Lewisburg 12-7 at the half. Shamokin leads Loyalsock 41-0 at the half. Western Wayne leads Mid-Valley 10-0 at the half. Mifflinburg leads Midwest 56-0 in the second. Mount Carmel leads Milton 28-14 in the second. Wyoming area leads Nanticoke 42-0 at the half. Wallenpaupack Pack leads Pittston area 7-3 at the half. Blue Mountain leads Pottsville 14-10 in the second. Towanda leads Tunkhannock 7-0 at the half. And Valley View leads Wyoming Valley West 21-10 in the second. Now back to Jim and Andy.
Thank you very much, Ashlyn. Here it is 24-7. Selinsgrove leading Berwick. A reminder, college football coming your way tomorrow night on our sister station, 106.5 Bigfoot Country. Avalon Conants and I will be at Hubert Jack Stadium in Lock Haven as Bloomsburg goes against Lock Haven. That's a 6 o'clock kickoff. We hope you'll join us for the broadcast. It starts with the Frank Sheptock Show at 5:30. Here it is a 24-7 lead for Selinsgrove, so a big mountain for the Bulldogs to climb, but they will get the football to start the second half, and they have to do something about reducing the penalties, but just as importantly, they have to do something about getting the offense going.
They do, and they've had halftime to talk about it. Coaches gather. A lot of people will provide input. Sometimes it's motivation. You got to get the players playing better. If they're missing blocks, if they're not hitting the right holes, if they're not executing the plays properly. Now, sometimes you have a little bit of a heated session to motivate. Sometimes it is a strategy session. So I'm curious what strategy changes we'll see in the Berwick offense. You have to keep giving Ty Wilkerson the opportunity to break it, because on any given play he can go. But it just seems Selinsgrove has the formula with this 8, 9, 10 times 10 men up, or if the people are in the secondary, they're almost baiting them. I'm showing you an opening here where we hope you run the football, and we're going to bring the people up from the safety position into that area and the cornerback at the snap and try to stop things. So far, they've had the formula of slowing down Ty Wilkerson, just the one big run. Now, what else can Berwick do? They can revert to some other parts of the offense that had success. We might see a little more of standard offense with Gavin Galusha. We might see a little bit more running of Billy Hansen out of the Wildcat himself. But I think it still falls to that dangerous weapon of Ty Wilkerson to get you back in this game.
And twice we've seen Selinsgrove kick on Berwick's side of the field because of personal fouls against the Bulldogs. And the result was Berwick taking over at their own 20. So they'll see if they can get better field position to start this second half. They trailed 24-7. Julian Howie and Ty Wilkerson are deep, anticipating the kickoff of Noah Walter. Berwick moving from our right to our left in the second half that is underway. Kick goes to the far side. Julian Howie at the 8, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Great coverage downfield. He gets only to the 22-yard line.
Andrew Martinez, a senior, was able to square up, but there were 3 other Selinsgrove jerseys down in the area. You need to block these people coming down. One guy's running with the football. You have 10 others to do some blocking. You got to pick these potential tacklers up.
And a flag was thrown way after the play. The official's going to confer.
And they're bringing out their little tablets and writing something down, so I would expect another 15-yard penalty. You write the names of players guilty of flagrant fouls, and if they get a second one, they get ejected. They're not sharing it with us yet, but right now they're all with the heads down and writing numbers.
Didn't appear that anything occurred.
I didn't see anything
during the return, and I don't know why anyone would have anything to say, but the flag flew, and we'll check it. Again, we are on the visitor's side, and the referee's motion toward the other side.
Against Berwick.
Unsportsmanlike against Berwick. Can you imagine that?
And
can you imagine
the
that?
only thing I would be is if I'm Julian Howie getting hit by 3 guys, I'd get up pretty angry. Like, hey, guys, where are you blocking? You can't be mad at the tacklers.
Can you imagine going through a half
terrible
with 3 personal fouls? You start the second half, okay, fresh outlook, you're down 24-7, but let's go. And you started with an unsportsmanlike penalty, and you're back at your 11-yard line. That is just unbelievable.
It's quite the hardship that I'm sure they'll address some at practice next week. 1st and 10, though.
From the 11, out of the Wildcat, it is Wilkerson. And nothing there. Nothing there.
Caught in the backfield. One of the big linemen, that's number 55, Tegan Manier. Big weightlifter on this team, Jim. Great guy in the weight room. Powerful individual. Came through the A-gap, slid to the right. Managed to find Ty Wilkerson. Hit him for a 1-yard loss.
2nd down and 11 Berwick. Again, deep in their own territory by their own doing. A penalty. Bulldogs break the huddle. Big play is needed. Wilkerson takes the snap, goes off the right side, and gets out to maybe the 15-yard line.
Running hard, Jim, but he's running hard with 5 people on his back. Got to get a little more blocking. He's taking that shotgun snap in the Wildcat, going to the right side. It seems that the Selinsgrove team realizes there's no designed cutbacks, there's no reverses, no counteraction. So they get a good start out of their defensive stances and zero on in toward him. They'll get about 3-4 yards.
3rd and 8. Berwick at their own 14-yard line. Bulldogs must convert or they're going to give up great field position to Selinsgrove once again. It's Wilkerson up the middle. draws a crowd, gets just a couple to the 17-yard line.
Started toward the left, over left tackle, but then a jump cut inside and another jump cut inside, and gained about a yard, but again, too many people to elude as this team just knows who's going to get the ball and who they have to stop, and they're keying on him.
So Bastion back anticipating the punt, and Selinsgrove, in all probability, is going to get great field position once again.
Bastion's a dangerous return man.
He is standing at the Berwick 44-yard line. Escobar gets the snap, gets the kick away. Bastion will let it bounce, and then Berwick covers it at the Selinsgrove 37. That's a really nice punt by Escobar. And Selinsgrove will get a decent field position, but not as good. In fact, this is their worst field position of the night, and it's at their 37-yard line.
Good long punt and a good bounce. Bastion, as talented as he is, likes to stay near that football. Maybe it'll bounce up and I'll take it and catch it and go, but breaks one of my coaching rules by staying near a bouncing punt. Could bounce into him.
And Braden Schaefer was taking no chances. He covered the ball.
He covered it.
At the 37. So
I'd have actually thrown Baston into it.
Seals, first snap from their own 37. They move from our left to our right. They lead Berwick 24-7, 9:38 to go in the third. Amato out of the gun. Rolls right to throw. Hit as he gets it across. And a beautiful catch out at the 45-yard line. It's Jake Bettle. Terrific catch and terrific throw. Berwick got great pressure on that sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, they'll give him 8 yards on that catch.
The coverage wasn't bad either.
No, tight end on the right. He's running an out. The coverage is there right behind him, but he's able to fight through the arms, trying to punch at the football. Cradles it on in as he's ridden out of bounds.
8 yards on the reception. Second down and 2. Selinsgrove at their own 45. Pistol formation. Ethan Miller is the running back. Behind Amato. Berwick showing corner blitz. Call goes to Miller. He's got the first down. Boy, strong effort out to midfield.
Yeah, ran past the one man and then crashed on into Everett Snyder. And when he has 5 yards of the backfield and 4 yards of the drive, he's going to win those collisions. Tough kid.
The ball at the Berwick 49-yard line. First and 10 for the Seals. 3 receivers to the left. Wyatt Teets to the right. Miller, the running back, from the pistol. Amato's pass, complete. And the tackle at the 48-yard line of Berwick. Short gain on the play. Bastion with the catch, picked up about 3.
Rocco Romeo on the tackle. They ran that banana bunch with 2 receivers downfield blocking. Rocco Romeo sifted through to get to Bastion, catching him as he's just getting his momentum going forward. Brought him down with a high tackle. Not quite a horse collar, but struck him down high. You get a guy like that wherever you can grab him and wrestle him down. They'll give him, half a yard?
Yeah, that's it. Second and 9 at the Berwick 48. Trips to the right. Berwick showing blitz. Amato back to throw. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 37-yard line. Skylar Neville with the play for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Rocco Romeo coming up the middle. Skylar Neville from his defensive end, and then a man coming from the far side as well. All had good penetration. Not a good pass blocking look by Selinsgrove. He's going to be dropped for about, we got 15 or so. Maybe 14, maybe 12.
13.
Put it in the middle.
At the 39-yard line. So 3rd and 22 now for the Seals. Berwick showing blitz again. This time they beat it, and Amato's got a man. Bastion incomplete. Would have had to have been a perfect pass. Nice coverage by Alex Estrella, and Caleb May was there as well. So 4th down, punt team on for the Seals.
Yeah, but it's always dangerous when you see Baston heading downfield, even though you can put 2 people on him, the corner and the safety, cheating toward him. Deep ball, and you wonder, is he going to be able to run under and win a catch there on a contested ball?
Noah Walter back at the Selinsgrove 24. High snap, goes back, gets it, and gets the kick away. Bounces at the Berwick 35. And Berwick's return man dives for the ball, and it takes a chance at losing it. And Berwick is fortunate to get the football.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. They break my punt rules all the time, Jimmy. Shiloh Escobar, he himself a punter. It's bouncing. It's not going to bounce more than 3 yards either direction. So why do you feel you got to jump on that bouncing ball with two people surrounding you? And he ended up cradling it in front of him, not deep on his body. Dangerous.
And again, Berwick with not great field position, although better than most times tonight. They have it at their own 25-yard line. Moving from our right to our left, 7:26 to go in the third. They trailed 24-7. Play action. Billy Hansen back to throw. Has a man, Gabe Decker, and just beyond his reach at the 45-yard line. Pretty well thrown, and a nice route by the freshman tight end.
He got deep, but Andrew Martinez stayed with him, Jim, and he was able to stay inside and be able to punch that ball away at the last minute. So while it had a nice look and they provided enough time for the quarterback, Billy Hansen, to be able to throw it after a pump, then a second pump gets it deep downfield. Andrew Martinez with good coverage in the secondary.
Well, it's very impressive that he was downfield against a Berwick team that has been running all night long, like this carry by Ty Wilkerson, and once again gets very, very little.
Mason Vasquez coming up to make the hit, third leading tackler on the team. Been involved in the course of this game. Ty Wilkerson, a little angry he couldn't get more out of that. Going to come out for a play.
They pick up a couple to the 27, 3rd down and 8 Berwick. If you're just joining us, the Bulldogs scored on their second play from scrimmage in the game. A 78-yard run by Wilkerson. They've had almost nothing since. Wilkerson very animated on the sideline. He's not in there now for this 3rd down call. Galusha gets nowhere either as he's tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Punt situation, Berwick.
Ethan Miller blitzed, knocked the lineman back onto his back, and while he's sort of ready to go prone on top of him, throws his left arm out to make the tackle.
So Berwick forced to punt again. And Gavin Bastian with a great opportunity, standing right now near the midfield stripe. Escobar got off a good punt last time. This time comes up a bit shorter. High bounce. Bastian takes it. Really pays the price.
Yep.
At the 39-yard line. He just does not fair catch.
Well, more than fair catch, Jim. He doesn't always play things safely. As special as an athlete as he is, he's taken some gambles that I'm not sure his coach would be happy with. That one on a bouncing punt with two people coming down on him. It's like, why? He may have saved his team a yard or so on the bounce, but boy, the risk of having that knocked away as you catch it on the bounce is high.
And then he was really upset that they put a big hit on it. Well, the reason they did is because you fielded the punt and shouldn't have, and now he goes to the sideline and gets a little talking to as the Seals have it at their own 39 with 5:44 to go in the third, and they lead Berwick 24-7. Amato under center, I formation behind him. The call goes to Prince, and he goes off the right side. That's, Brett Rice, number 7, a junior. 45 carries on the season. Got his first one tonight, and it's no gain to the 39.
Yeah, on the year, you mentioned 45 carries, 122 yards, averaging just 2.7. In the course of a game, he gets about 25 yards a game, but here, second half carry, stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Second down call coming. Bulldogs put a lot of pressure on quarterback Amato that last possession. Expect to see some running. And Berwick showed blitz, ran into the line, and forced a Selinsgrove lineman to move. See which way they go with it.
Big Reese Getz broke his stance. Berwick can come up like they're going to blitz. They can even get into neutral zone and back. Offense can't their stance as if they're going to block him. I would assume this should be against Selinsgrove, and they're going to move their huddle back now.
Back to the 34, bring up second down and 15 for the Seals. 5:02 to go in the third. Selinsgrove continuing to lead 24-7 as Gavin Bastian checks back in to the Seals offense. Have the ball back at their 34. Bastian wide left. Caleb May on him. Amato out of the gun. Back to throw. Fires downfield. Oh, man, wide open. It's Teets at the 40, to the 35, the 30, the 20, and all the way down to the 15-yard line. The second time Berwick has been burned by a receiver wide open over the middle.
Yeah, so much attention to Gavin Bastian that they've been able to break through with Jake Bedall, and now Wyatt Teets, the second leading receiver on this team. Seems to come down the right side, post toward the middle, catches it over the middle, and then a strong run and carries a potential tackler on his back.
52 yards on the reception. 1st and 10, Selinsgrove at the Berwick 14-yard line. Bastian wide to the left side. I formation. Mitchell gets the call off the left, and Mitchell down to the 10, maybe the 9-yard line. Good first down carry for Devin Mitchell.
He's a big running back, 6'1", 205 pounds, 56 carries on the season, 248, this being his fourth of this game as he pounds ahead behind the isolation block of his fullback and gains 4.
Second down call coming. The ball at the Berwick 9-yard line. Slot to the right side. I formation. Miller is the fullback. Berwick showing blitz. Call goes off the left side to Mitchell. He gets down to about the 5-yard line.
Rocco Romeo blitzing from the other side. Coming through the B gap on the defensive left. The play goes opposite him. Able to get arms near the running back in the backfield, but just can't hold on.
They mark the ball at the 3, so it's a 1st and goal. 6 yards on that carry.
At the point of attack, they opened it up. Backside, Rocco Romeo had a chance, but he's just too far away from the play.
Mitchell again, the tailback in the eye. Miller ahead of him from the Berwick 3. Amato gives the ball straight ahead. There's Brett Rice at the tailback spot, and he picks up a couple down near the 1-yard line.
Yeah, but what you're seeing is a real reliance on Ethan Miller at fullback. Matt Wenrick was a power fullback here at Selinsgrove at the Bloomsburg University Huskies team. And you tend to design a team by what you like, by what you did. And he's certainly relying on the blocking of Ethan Miller at fullback in this drive.
Rice again is the tailback. Bastian goes to motion, left to right. Miller gets the call up the gut, and Ethan Miller's in for a Selinsgrove touchdown.
Just a tough individual, Jim. He's in that three-point stance, 3 yards behind the quarterback off the line of scrimmage. Quarterback pivots to his left, gives it to him over the right guard, and he just pounds his way through any defensive people that happen to be in the way and takes it in for the score.
61-yard scoring drive by the Seals. And Noah Walter, perfect on extra points and has a field goal to his credit tonight. Will attempt the kick. Have the hold of Wyatt Teets. The kick is up. And the kick is good. Timeout in the field. 2:30 to go, third quarter. Selinsgrove 31. Berwick 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
This is Mike from M&M Carpet One in Bloomsburg. Is this the first time you've shopped with us? Let me explain why you should shop at a Carpet One store. We have over 1,300 store buying power. Carpet One stores sell more floor covering than the 2 big box stores do combined. That means not only do you get the best price, but you get to work with flooring professionals throughout the entire process, from estimates to installation. No one will give you more for your flooring dollar than M&M Carpet One in Bloomsburg.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Selinsgrove strikes on their second possession of this third quarter. They go 7 plays, 61 yards. Ethan Miller in from 1 yard out for the score. Big play along the way, a 52-yard pass completion from Rocco Amato to Wyatt Teets. And Andy, the sophomore quarterbacks look very, very impressive tonight.
Yeah, I'm impressed with him, Jim. You know, on the season, 46 of 83, 55%, almost 700 yards. He's passed that in this game. Looks good.
Kickoff goes out of bounds, so Berwick will get it at their 35-yard line. You know, I was going over you mentioned the background of Matt Wenrick in the fullback position. He played here and he played at Bloomsburg. I was going over a lineup with him. And I said, let me take a guess. You do use a fullback. Yeah, absolutely.
I played fullback in high school, big 145-pound fullback. And, that's how I designed my teams. Only I had Greg Halliday, inductee into the Southern Columbia Hall of Fame last Sunday.
Yes, congratulations to Greg. Great careers, both a wrestler and a football player. Bulldogs at their 35-yard line. Billy Hansen shifts into the shotgun, gives the ball off to Ty Wilkerson. With Gordner out in front, he'll get to about the 39-yard line.
Well, he doesn't quit, Jim. He runs hard no matter what's there. They're not really giving him much of a seam. They had a little blocking at the point of attack. He drops his head, drives the legs, and he's going to stretch that for almost 5 yards.
Second down and 6. Bulldogs at their 39. Estrella, one of 2 receivers to the right. Julian Howie to the left. But the call goes to Wilkerson. He's got some room off the left side. And he gets over the 46-yard line for a first down.
Good blocking at the point of attack. Open the C-gap on the right side. But then quickly coming from the secondary and the linebacker positions. Almost more like a little prevent than trying to stop it at the line of scrimmage. Just trying to slow Wilkerson down.
7 yards on that carry. First and 10, Bulldogs at their own 46. Slot left, wide receiver right. Hansen out of the gun, Wilkerson to his right.
Blown dead.
Flags and whistles before play could get started. And offside against Selinsgrove.
I'd had somebody in the neutral zone right at the snap, and rather than let the play continue, they blew it dead. So it'll be a 1st and 5 for Berwick.
And the Bulldogs will have it at the Selinsgrove 49-yard line. Gavin Bastian was out momentarily. He comes back into that secondary. Hansen out of the gun. Give is to Ty Wilkerson to the 45. Turns the corner 40, 35, 30 down that sideline. And Ty Wilkerson is going in for the score. Wilkerson goes 49 yards for his second touchdown of the game.
Beautiful run. Started aiming at the C-gap on the left side. Bounced it a little bit wider. Turned it into a sweep. There's a little blocking by a wide receiver on the corner. Just enough interference that when Ty Wilkerson got to the acceleration point, it just was enough where that corner wasn't going to be able to turn and get him.
Caleb Yost will attempt the extra point. So the Bulldogs score for the first time since early in the game. And the second time it's a long run by Ty Wilkerson. Snap placement, kick is up, and the kick is no good. No good. First miss of the season by Caleb Yost. Timeout in the field. 1:05 to go in the third. Selinsgrove 31. Berwick 13. You're listening to Bulldogs football and Pop Radio.
Hey, hometown fans. You know Journey Bank as your trusted local bank. But did you know we're also the biggest cheerleader for our community's youth? From athletes competing under the Friday night lights, to students excelling in the classroom, to talented teen stars singing center stage, we're investing in the future of our young people. At Journey Bank, we're committed to helping our kids score big in every aspect of life. Journey Bank, where dreams are nurtured and futures are built. Journey Bank, proud supporter of our local youth.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
1:05 to go third quarter. Berwick's on the board in this period. And not surprisingly, It's a touchdown run by Ty Wilkerson, the latest from 49 yards out.
You know, you just can't ignore that weapon, Jim. They may slow him down, meet him at the line of scrimmage. Teams are going to defend to stop him. Everyone's going to key on him, but every now and then that play is going to break where his special talents are going to take it the distance.
Caleb Yost will kick it off. Carlos Studer is deep along with Gavin Bastian. Studer's had a couple of good returns of kicks in this one.
Yeah, they're at the 20-yard line is deep. They don't really respect the leg, and Berwick often does pooch it. See which way they go with this kick. They haven't had great success on specialty teams.
Yost's kick is an onside kick, and the scramble is on at the 49-yard line.
Caleb Yost caught it.
Is on the football.
Caleb Yost kicked the dribbler, and he followed it from his kicking position as it went to 10 yards. Once it crossed the 10-yard stripe in front of him, it was at his knees. He went down and covered it up, and a wonderful play by the kicker. Great by the design of the onside. You often can't get it to do what you want, but it was bouncing, not real high, but about knee length, hip length, and he was able to follow that ball perfectly for Berwick to come up with the onside kick.
So Caleb Yost, the freshman, after missing his first extra point of the season, comes up with a big play. Berwick at the Selinsgrove 49. Ty Wilkerson off the left side to the 40, and very close to the first down yardage.
And it'll be a 1,000-yard season with that run that goes for about 10 yards. They're going to call it at 9. In any case, he needed 187 coming into this game for a 1,000-yard season. He now has 197.
Has anyone ever gained 1,000 yards in a season after gaining a total of 15 in the first 4 games of that season?
Amazing.
First down, Berwick at the Selinsgrove 40. Give is to Wilkerson, straight up the gut. A big offensive line by the Bulldogs starting to push the Seals, and he'll get to the 36-yard line.
I'll stretch it out nice, move the chains.
Second and 6, Berwick at the Selinsgrove 36.
Or is it first and 10, Jimmy?
Oh, it is. Yeah. It is the first down. Maybe a chance at one more play in this quarter. Whistles, flags.
Selinsgrove.
Illegal procedure against Berwick.
They were passing. It was going to be a sideways hitch pass, but blown dead while the quarterback's in the action of throwing. So movement in the backfield. They had to move it back on the field for 5 yards.
The first and 15 at the 41-yard line. That is the final play of the third quarter. With the score, Selinsgrove 31, Berwick 13. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Are your appliances feeling a little bit outdated? You're looking for the best deals in town? Well, look no further than Flick Brothers Electric, your go-to family-owned appliance paradise. Flick Brothers Electric has all the top-notch name-brand appliances you could ever dream of. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, microwave stoves. They even give free estimates on Fujitsu ductless air conditioner heat pump units. Flick Brothers Electric on Maple Lane, keeping Bloomsburg cool, clean, and cooking for over 65 years. Call them at 570-784-3444.
When you've been sidelined by an injury, all you want is to get back in the game. Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. We use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
3 quarters in the books here at Harold L. Bowling Memorial Field in Selinsgrove. Selinsgrove leads Berwick 31-13. Berwick with the football in Selinsgrove territory to start the fourth. They'll be moving from our left to our right as we view things. And the Bulldogs facing a 1st and 15 at the 41.
Penalties occur throughout the game, Jim. You don't want to be 1st and 15.
And a fake, and the keep is by Hansen. He's got some running room off the left side. Billy Hansen down to the Selinsgrove 29-yard line. That time the fake to Ty Wilkerson, and Hansen had running room off the left. He picks up about 12 on the play.
Yeah, real nice. I thought that might be part of the game plan coming into the second half to try to run Billy Hansen a little bit. There with the fake to Wilkerson off the right side. He takes it to the left. Bastian put a big hit on him at the end, wanting to punish a running quarterback. It's the strategy you go with.
Second down and 3 from the 29. Slot to the right. Hansen out of the gun. Gives to Wilkerson. Looking for some running room. Not much there. He gets down to about the 28. It'll be a third down and short coming up.
Ethan Miller met him, but he realized that people had him surrounded. So instead of just aiming for the tackle, he aimed to try to strip the ball away very physically. Still a little late pushing and shoving in there as they get separated by Joe Claiborne.
Third down and 2. Berwick at the Selinsgrove 28-yard line. Early here in the fourth. Bulldogs with a lot of work to do, facing a 31-13 deficit. Gabe Decker is the tight end on the left side. Slot to the right. Hansen awaits the shotgun snap. Escobar in motion right to left. Low snap. The ball gets to Wilkerson, and he gets very little. There is a flag down on the play.
Owen Hoffman eventually penetrating, getting involved on the tackle, would have kept him short of the marker. See where the flag is, though. And another flag. This one coming very late and thrown very high. So watch for a 15-yarder after the initial call.
Well, Berwick's had 3 personal foul penalties, 1 unsportsmanlike. Unsportsmanlike again on Berwick. And the indication was a face mask against Berwick on a play where they had the ball.
Sometimes you get blocking, the hand comes up high. Sometimes you're, again, in that frustrated tone where people are playing hard against you and you release your aggressions unfairly. Way too many flags, though. Way too many big penalties.
That's 5 15-yard penalties on Berwick in this game. 3
very slow to mark it off, too.
3 personal fouls and 2 unsportsmanlike.
3rd and 3, and I think Selinsgrove had stopped them short. Now they're going to mark that personal foul off. I think there's actually 2 penalties in there.
Yes,
wave the first
face
one
mask.
Face mask.
Of course, the second penalty, which will make this a 4th down.
And this penalty came after the play, so this is going to be a 4th and long to Berwick.
Seals took the result of that last play and then tacked on the extra penalty.
I'm not sure why it's taking so long. The indication was they've declined the penalty, the face mask, and they're taking the 15-yard penalty.
So declining the penalty, you count the play, makes it 4th down, and then the 15 yards after that. You know, the score is bad that you want to go for this, and, you know, one of those never say die, we'll never quit, we'll always go for it, but be tempted to punt this one away.
Yeah, probably be better off. Well, Joe Claiborne explaining things to C.J. Curry.
C.J. Curry talking to his quarterback like he wants to get a play in there. Skylar Neville wants to get in.
Are you in the market for a new set of wheels? Once you find it, whether it's a functional grocery getter or a midlife crisis hot rod, the tag and title experts at Berwick Notary in Berwick are open 6 days a week, so you can be rest assured you'll be on the road and legal in no time. Berwick Notary can transfer a title, register an ATV or any kind of vehicle, and they're the only notary in Columbia County that registers boats. Berwick Notary's been serving the Bulldog community for over 40 years, and they proudly support the Berwick.
Remaining in this one, It has been a tough night for the Bulldogs of Berwick. Selinsgrove has played well. Following a timeout, Berwick breaks the huddle. Ty Wilkerson is one of 3 receivers to the right. Hanson out of the gun. Has the snap. Back to throw. Looking. Now he's going to run with it. He's got some room, but not nearly enough. Keeps it alive. Gets down to the Selinsgrove 32-yard line. So he'll pick up about 11, and Selinsgrove will take over. And a flag on the play.
You know, I almost wonder if it was delayed quarterback draw. Run people off, get them separated in the secondary. Is one receiver kind of stayed and became a quick blocker as he took off down the opposite side of the field. But Selinsgrove comes up well in the secondary to make the stop, 7 or 8 yards short of the chains. And another stoppage. We're not at quarter or anything, are we, Jim?
Nope, 10:09 to go.
Call that both ways.
Andy is asking because we are in a tiny booth and Andy has no view of the scoreboard. Here's another 15-yard penalty against Berwick. Unbelievable.
I think you really need to seriously address this when you get back to practice next week. You know, we have a sensitivity and an understanding and a love and caring of children and that. Running stadium steps, you know, or laps or sprints, you know, 1 for every yard of penalty isn't the worst idea to drill it in that you shouldn't commit those.
So after Berwick's 6th 15-yard penalty of the game, Selinsgrove has it at their own 47-yard line. Again, we're a little slow developing. Officials now set things for play. Seals with the ball, moving from our right to our left in this 4th quarter. Amato gives the ball off to Miller. He tries the right side, and Ethan Miller won't get much.
Well, if you are aggressive with the penalties, hopefully it transfers to an aggressiveness in defense. They still will gain 4 on tough running for Ethan Miller.
2nd down call coming. The ball at midfield. 9:46 to go. Final regular season road game for the Bulldogs. Senior night. Regular season finale against Tunkhannock next Friday. 3 receivers to the left. Amato out of the gun. Berwick coming on the blitz. Pass comes to Bastian and a nice tackle.
Real nice.
Right at the 47 by Caleb May.
Real nice. They've been trying these hitch passes throughout. They send a blocker down to get on Caleb May. He eludes that blocker, and his Bastion's catching it 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage and trying to fall forward while in the grasp by Caleb May. So a super play by the cornerback who's recovering from injury.
3rd down and 10. Seals at their own 47-yard line. League under 9 minutes remaining. 3 receivers to the right, including Gavin Bastian. Running back, that's Ethan Miller. Back to throw. Amato fires over the middle. Man wide open to the 36-yard line. It's Gavin Bastian. Boy, have they found the middle open. That's
they really have.
3 long passes with no one around the receiver. This one at the 36.
Berwick enjoys blitzing its linebackers, Jim, and if you blitz the linebackers and then you're backing up on people bursting down the field, the middle of the field is going to be open. I'm impressed with Rocco Amato, the quarterback, finding these receivers.
17 yards on that carry. And it's not like he has all the time in the world. Berwick coming after him. He's still getting it done. From the Berwick 37. Call goes up the middle and a good run inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line as Brent Rice gets the call.
Running tough. Is Berwick fatiguing? Selinsgrove really coming at him, exploding at the line of scrimmage. Rice there is going to get 9 yards on that carry.
2nd down and 1. As Berwick will get Connor Roberts into that defensive secondary with 7:40 to go. Teets wide right, Bastion in a slot to that side. 2nd and 1 for the Berwick 27. I formation, the call goes to Rice off the right side. Not much. May have had enough for the first down.
Aiden George coming down, tackling him. As you mentioned, it's short, but it was short yardage needed. I think by the spot, they're going to call it short.
3rd and 1. Seals at the Bulldog 27. Clock running, 7:05 to go in this one. Amato under center. Call goes to the fullback straight ahead. Looks like he has the first down. As Mason Vasquez got the call for the Seals and got to the 25-yard line. You know, C.J. Curry was on this Selinsgrove staff a year ago. One of the things he dealt with was quarterbacks. And he said, I coached this Rocco Amato. Well, he coached him pretty well.
Coached him real well.
Too well for the Bulldogs tonight.
5 of 8, 92 yards at halftime. 3 nice completes here in the second half to Gavin Bastion. Yeah.
From the 25, first down call. Toss sweep left side to Mitchell. Turns the corner. Stepped out of bounds before he was hit inside the 5-yard line. They'll mark it about the 16-yard line. So he gets 9 on the first down carry. 2nd down and 1.
Hasn't had as many carries as I was expecting for the leading ball carrier on the team. He had 56 carries coming in. That's just his 6th of this game for 26 yards.
Chase Shuckers gets a breather for the Bulldogs in that defensive front. Selinsgrove at the Berwick 16-yard line. Mitchell again, the tailback. He gets the call. Good blocking off the right side as he gets the first down and then some to the Berwick 9-yard line.
A little too easy when the play was snapped and he started hitting that hole in the B gap on the right side. It's like, where's the Berwick defense? I don't know if they were blitzing from other areas, but there was just no one in the spot to make a stop.
We mentioned this tough schedule that Selinsgrove has played. 4 losses are to teams with 28-4 record coming into tonight. And they close out the regular season against Danville. The number 1 rated team in the state in 3A. It's the toss sweep left side to Mitchell. Berwick does a good job stringing out, but they don't tackle. And he gets all the way down to the 1-yard line. 4 or 5 Bulldogs right around the ball carrier. They just do not tackle him.
And they're about 2 yards from the sideline, too. You could have pushed him out. The runner gave up. It's like, I have nowhere to go. I have no blockers. What am I going to do? I'll stop, and I may as well try to take it inside, and Berwick doesn't finish. Eventually, Gabe Decker brings him down, but not till he gains 7 or 8.
7 to the 2. 2nd and goal. Mitchell off the left side. Gets into the end zone easily for the touchdown. And Seals add to their big lead with 5:08 to play.
Yeah, simple little dive, but this team has the power, has the enthusiasm. They're motivated by the score. They're taking it to Berwick. And Berwick just can't match the offense that the Seals are pushing at them now.
2-yard run by Devin Mitchell, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. And Noah Walter will attempt the extra point. He's been good tonight. Jake Bettle does the snapping. Gonna have a whistle.
Someone moved. Berwick's clapping like they're going to move Selinsgrove. They may have broken out of their stat. What's that word called? Stance. I got half of it one time, half of it the other way. Out of their stance.
Shouldn't be a problem for Walter's got a pretty good leg.
No, he does. Impressive kicker.
The hold will be at the 15-yard line. Snap is a little bit high. They get it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and we have another flag on the play.
Julian Howie ran into the kicker, Jim. I don't think it was flagrant. I think he was, you get pumped up, you try to block it, he came in high.
Timeout, 5:08 to go. 37-13 Seals. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
W234BH West Hazelton at 94.7, WBWX at W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, and W288CF Danville at 105.5. Your home for Berwick Bulldogs football is Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains media station. WHLM Bloomsburg.
And that latest 15-yard penalty against Berwick, their sixth, I believe. Well, again, this is the third time that Selinsgrove is kicking off from the Berwick 45-yard line because of penalties in the game. And for the third time, it goes in the end zone. And again, Berwick will be backed up at their own 20 to start a possession. 5:08 remaining in the game. Berwick just didn't have it tonight. They just did not have it.
No, and Selinsgrove certainly does. It's a good team, a quality team. Came in with a good game plan. They knew they're going to have to slow down Ty Wilkerson, who's rushed for 200 yards in this game. But they've limited him to just the 2 long touchdowns and held Berwick in check otherwise in their offense. Good mix. Good running game, good passing game. A lot of good talent. And they've played some tough teams. They've showed themselves here that they themselves are a very tough team.
Berwick from their 20. Hansen out of the gun. Play action. Wanted to throw the ball. Nothing there. He'll keep it himself. Hit really hard. Is the ball loose? As looked like Berwick got on it. Well, a couple yards after that.
Yeah, Wyatt Teets involved on the tackle. He wanted to pass. He got there, and his pressure's coming on him. He has to just pump it and then take off to the right because there's no one to throw to without risking the interception. He'll run for a long 2, short 3 on that before being brought down.
Second down and 8. Obviously, the most disturbing part for Berwick in this game is the penalties. If you take all of them away, who knows what the result might be.
A different game with different field position. The frustration, penalties, a lot of it inexcusable. The last one running into the kicker, that's an aggressive penalty. Didn't mean to do it. Wished he hadn't. A lot of them, though, you end up where you give a push, a shove, a this or a that. Those are the ones you just have to eliminate altogether.
Billy Hansen comes out now, and Ashton Smith will be the quarterback for the Bulldogs. He will operate out of the gun with Ty Wilkerson to his right. Smith gives to Wilkerson off the left side, and he'll get just 2 to the 24-yard line.
Jake Bettle, we've seen him at tight end, receiving, playing a defensive end there, had penetration across. I'm not sure if Ty Wilkerson saw him behind him as he was deliberate in trying to pick a hole.
Second down. Make that third down for the Bulldogs. They need 8. As Ashton Smith awaits the shotgun snap with a slot to his right side. Gives the ball to Wilkerson. Bettle wraps him up. Does not get the first down. And when the stats are given, it will look like another great night for Ty Wilkerson. But boy, take those 2 plays away, and they were fantastic plays, long runs for touchdowns. And Selinsgrove really did a great job of defending him in this game.
Yeah, good game plan. We mentioned this 3-5 defense that they like, or variations of it. And good play by the secondary that's had to cheat up throughout.
4th and 4. Berwick will go for it, and I think they just got it. Selinsgrove jumped across and made contact. By rule, they're pointing at Berwick. But it is an offside against the Seals. So the Bulldogs will get the first down the easy way.
Yeah, quick 5 yards marched off by the umpire, Bob Neidig. And they'll get this one going.
1st and 10, Berwick at their 32-yard line. Again, it will be senior night at Crispin Field next Friday as Duncannon comes to town. As Hansen awaits the shotgun snap. Escobar in motion to the left. Wilkerson gets the call, and he has some running room over the 40. Turns the corner midfield. Down the sideline, 40, 35, and ridden out of bounds down around the 10-yard line.
Great acceleration, but people had the angles, Jim. You could see eventually they'd be able to run him down, but he gave it all he could. There was an explosion at the offensive line. I was surprised because we haven't been noticing it as much in this game. But a good motivated block right at the snap as they pushed people back. Wilkerson able to take it, come off the right side, find the soft corner, and then it became the sprint from there.
57 yards on the carry by Ty Wilkerson. First down, Berwick at the 11-yard line of the Seals. Gavin Galusha's in there. He gets a call off the left side, inside the 5, down to about the 3.
Good running. Sweep action to the left. He goes sideways for the 1-2 steps, turns it north-south very nicely. He's going to get an 8-yard gain on that.
Yeah, they mark it down around the 2. So it is a second down, Berwick at the 2. They could get a first down without the touchdown. Galusha is the running back. George is the fullback ahead of him. Galusha gets the call. Gavin's up the middle for Berwick touchdown. Galusha in from 2 yards out.
Very nice. Big blockers off the right side, creating the seam for him. His offensive line, Matt Gardner, Chase Shucker's in there, getting the good push. Runs in between, scores standing up.
Gavin Galusha, talented sophomore running back for these Bulldogs. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. Now the extra point attempt from Caleb Yost. He's only missed 1 on the season. That came in this game tonight. Ashton Smith does the holding. Aiden George snap is a good one. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout in the field, 1:44 to go. Selinsgrove 38, Berwick 19. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Jim Doyle and Andy Lickney from Harold L. Bolwick Memorial Field in Selinsgrove. 1:44 to go in this one. Probably the only thing to be determined is the final arithmetic with Selinsgrove in control, leading Berwick 38-20. Bulldogs, though, just put together an 80-play scoring drive. Obviously, the big play, the 57-yard run by Ty Wilkerson.
That run gave him 262 on the game, Jim. Hard to imagine you have a runner with 262 yards and you never really were in the game.
No, they never were. As Yost will kick off. Now, he successfully had an onside kick earlier. That's what we expect to see. This one, no. It's kicked beyond the line, but it still is almost a Berwick recovery.
Bit of a harder line drive off to the left, hoping to hit that second line of the defenders, the kick return people, and maybe get it to bounce off them and have the people ready. So a different look. They'll give up great field position, but they expected to with that strategy of hoping to get an onside kick.
So the Seals with the football. You know, we thought we might see a lot of wildcat by Gavin Bastian. And he had 30 carries on the season coming in, but that was never necessary tonight because of the expertise of their sophomore quarterback, Rocco Amato, who played very, very well from the 44-yard line. I formation.
Whistles, stoppages. Looking at something off his equipment. Want to make sure everyone's strapped up. Well, they threw a flag. The line judge did on the far side. 5 yards against Selinsgrove.
Back to the 39, 1st and 15 for the Seals.
Brett Rice will be the ball carrier, number 7. He's going to be led in there by number 6, Mason Vasquez, who had his first carry of the season.
Last time the Bulldogs and Seals met, it was not pretty here. Seals won 42-14. This had a similar feel to it. As Rice gets the ball, tries the left side, gets nowhere. Connor Roberts in there defensively for Berwick. We've seen him from time to time during the season at running back. He was in on that play. They mark it at the 40, a gain of just a yard. Second down coming. Seals try to put this one away with 1:20 of the clock running.
Yeah, ran it Nico Lonzinski too, Jim. He's in there at defensive tackle. And he's tough to move out. Helped in stopping the play.
Second down call coming.
Kneel down.
Seals going to go to the victory formation. Take a couple of knees. Amato does so. Nice bounce back game for Selinsgrove. They did play a very powerful big school rival in Hollidaysburg, and they lost handily last week. Coming in against Berwick. And we've always told you that comparative scores mean Zippo. And Selinsgrove beat Williamsport by a single point. The same Williamsport team that Berwick completely dominated last week. That obviously meant nothing in this one. One more. Kneel down, and this one will be history. Amato takes it. Thankfully, there are no flags, and that will do it. C.J. Curry will begin the walk across to shake hands with many of his former players from a year ago, as they looked very impressive tonight, beating Berwick. The final score, Selinsgrove 38, Berwick 20. We'll be back with the scoring, stats, and scores with Ashlyn Wellshaw. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Fall into savings at Ken Pollock Ford and take advantage of up to $10,000 off select F-150s in stock and up to $1,000 of trade assistance on our Bronco family lineup. With rates falling as low as 1.9% on select models, there's a vehicle for everyone's budget. Ken Pollock Ford is proud to have experts on hand with over 200 years of sales and service experience combined. Service pickup and drop-off, loaner cars, mobile service, we do it all. Only at Ken Pollock Ford, Route 11 Berwick, or online at kenpollockford.com.
Family tradition is the foundation of Nespoli Jewelers, a family tradition started by Joseph Nespoli and continued by his grandson Jonathan. For 3 generations, Nespoli Jewelers have prided themselves on mixing fine with fashion. Jonathan can customize your engagement ring and wedding bands, design a unique piece of jewelry inspired by you, or simply help you find an affordable gift. Service, quality, creativity. Nespoli Jewelers. Yesterday's principles, today's creations. East Front Street in Berwick and online at nespolijewelers.com.
For over 50 years, you've trusted Overhead Door to provide the finest quality residential and commercial garage door products, installation, and service. With winter right around the corner, your garage doors need a tune-up. For only $99 for one or $125 for multiple doors, they'll check, lube, and adjust your garage doors and openers so they operate smoothly. Call for their seasonal tune-up special, Overhead Door of Berwick. They're more than just doors. See their 5-star rating on their Google business page or visit ohdberwick.com.
Be moved in a Mazda from W&L.
Jump in with the whole family for a night of memories in the third row Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, offering 1.9% financing for 72 months.
Or choose bold utility in the all-new CX-70. You will elevate your driving experience with the comfortable cabin and expansive cargo capacity. Right now, W&L Mazda is offering 2.9% for 72 months.
See us off Route 11 in Northumberland and online at WNLMazda.com.
Financing available to well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other discounts or incentives other than loyalty or military offers. Offers end 10/31/24. See W&L Mazda for complete offer details.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
C.J. Curry, as we wrap things up here, down on the field with his team kneeling around him and really animated. He has to be very, very disappointed with the performance tonight. A 38-19 win for Selinsgrove. Seals scored in their first possession. 4 plays, 59 yards. Devin Mitchell in from the 2-yard line for the score. 45-yard run by Ethan Miller, the big play. Noah Walter with the extra point. 10:41 to go in the first. Selinsgrove led 7-0. Berwick drew even with 2 plays. From their own 20-yard line, a 2-yard gain for Ty Wilkerson. The next play, a 78-yard gain by Ty Wilkerson for the touchdown off the right side. Caleb Yost with the extra point. 9:56 to go in the first. Berwick was tied at 7. It's the last time that Berwick would be even with the Seals. 9:28 to go in the second. Seals cap a 7-play, 37-yard drive on a 17-yard touchdown pass. Rocco Amato to Gavin Bastian. Noah Walter with the extra point. Seals led 14-7. Then the real backbreaker for the Bulldogs. Next possession, Billy Hansen tries a short pass, goes off a receiver with the pass behind him. Then Carlos Studer intercepts and goes 35 yards for the score. Ethan Walter with the extra point, 21-7 Seals. And they weren't done yet. They started at their own 40. They drove to the Berwick 6. And a 29-yard field goal, a 23-yard field goal by Noah Walter with just 0.6 seconds showing. Big play on that scoring drive, a 29-yard pass completion to tight end Jake Bettle. So the Bulldogs went in at halftime trailing 24-7. And in the third quarter, things got no better, as Bulldogs really hurt themselves with long penalties in that first half. And on the opening kickoff of the second half, they had an unsportsmanlike, drove them back into their own territory. Selinsgrove eventually put together a scoring drive, 7 plays, 61 yards. Ethan Miller in from 1 yard out. Big play along the way, a 52-yard pass completion from sophomore quarterback Rocco Amato, who played well tonight, to Wyatt Teets. Noah Walter with the extra point, 31-7 Selinsgrove. Berwick came back. 3-play drive, 65 yards. Ty Wilkerson, a 49-yard touchdown run off the left side. A play or two prior to that, he went over 1,000 yards for the season in rushing, and really amazing considering that he had 15 rushing yards combined in the first 4 games of the season. Caleb Yost missed his first extra point of the season. Selinsgrove led 31-13. That was late in the third. Seals put 1 more on the board in the fourth with 5:08 to go, capping a 10-play, 53-yard drive. Mitchell, a 2-yard touchdown run. Longest play, a 17-yard pass. Amato to Gavin Bastian. Noah Walker with the extra point, 38-13 Seals. And the Bulldogs got 1 more on the board. 5-play, 80-yard drive, 57-yard run by Ty Wilkerson. The big play, Gavin Galushin from 2 yards out for the score. Caleb Yost kicked the extra point. Our final score, Selinsgrove 38 and Berwick 19. We'll check other scores with Ashlyn Walshaw when we return. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hey, hometown fans. You know Journey Bank as your trusted local bank. But did you know we're also the biggest cheerleader for our community's youth? From athletes competing under the Friday night lights, to students excelling in the classroom, to talented teen stars singing center stage, we're investing in the future of our young people. At Journey Bank, we're committed to helping our kids score big in every aspect of life. Journey Bank, where dreams are nurtured and futures are built. Journey Bank, proud supporter of our local youth.
Free checking for you and your business. No strings attached. Sounds perfect, right? First Keystone Community Bank offers free personal and business checking options with free Visa debit card, no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and no monthly qualifying requirements. Checking with no gimmicks, just what you need. They'll be celebrating 160 years of serving their communities with 19 full-service locations and convenient digital banking tools 24/7. First Keystone Community Bank. Local banking for the community we all call home. Online at fkc.bank. Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
Stop. Don't make your next car payment. Instead, get a new vehicle at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. Because right now, we're offering a 120% of Kelley Blue Book trade value buyback bonus, up to $2,500. Just find the vehicle you want from our huge selection of new Buicks and GMCs and get 120% of KBB trade-in value for yours. It's the 120% of KBB buyback bonus event going on now at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. The lowest price guaranteed.
This is Mike from M&M Carpet One in Bloomsburg. Is this the first time you've shopped with us? Let me explain why you should shop at a Carpet One store. We have over 1,300 store buying power. Carpet One stores sell more floor covering than the two big box stores do combined. That means not only do you get the best price, but you get to work with flooring professionals throughout the entire process, from estimates to installation. No one will give you more for your flooring dollar than M&M Carpet One in Bloomsburg.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Tough night, obviously, for CJ Curry and his Berwick football team. They lose handily to Selinsgrove, but CJ is out on the field right now talking to some Selinsgrove players. He was on staff last year when the Seals went all the way to the state semifinals. Not a good night for his team here, though, as the Bulldogs lose at 38-19. For an update on other scores on weekend number 9 of the 10-week high school football season, let's go to Ashlyn Walshaw.
Thanks, Jim. Southern Columbia currently leads Bloomsburg 46-28 in the fourth. Warrior Run currently leads Central Columbia 30-12 in the fourth. Wilkes-Barre area leads Crestwood 21-14 in the third. Dallas beat Hazleton area 48-12. Danville leads Shikellamy 27-6 in the third. Lake Lehman defeats Hanover area 48-6. Lewisburg leads Montoursville 22-12 in the fourth. Shamokin beat Loyal Sox 48-7. Mid-Valley beat Western Wayne 22-10. Mifflinburg currently leads Midwest 76-8 in the third. Mount Carmel leads Milton 34-21 in the fourth. Wyoming area beat Nanacoke 50-0. Wallenpaupack leads Pittston area 7-3 in the third. Pottsville leads Blue Mountain 21-14 in the fourth. Towanda leads Tunkhannock 7-3 in the third. And Valley View leads Wyoming Valley West 35-10. Now let's go back one more time to Jim and Andy.
Thank you, Ashlyn. 38-19 is the final here. Selinsgrove stats. Andy Lickney.
Would you believe Berwick had more total yards offense, 301 to 272? Hard to imagine, but of that 301 yards, it's all in the rushing game, and 3 big runs by Ty Wilkerson contributed, and he just can't do it all on every play, and too many other mistakes leads to Selinsgrove's success. For Ty Wilkerson in that rushing game, 262 yards. Again, one of those numbers that kind of flashes on the screen, and he did a good job, and yet Selinsgrove has to feel they held him in check. He had his big plays, but they kept him in line most of the other times, and they certainly kept him out of the end zone enough times to seal their victory. 262 yards on 30 rushes for Ty Wilkerson as he passes the 1,000-yard mark on the season, coming with a very, very slow start in the first 4 games. Gavin Galusha, 4 carries, 16 yards, and a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Billy Hansen rushing, give him 6 for a positive 23. 40 rushes in all for a net of 301. 0 for 3 in the passing game, 1 intercepted, and that taken for a touchdown. So nothing in the passing game. 301 in the rushing makes it 301 in total offense. Looking at Selinsgrove, they put up nice numbers. I was very impressed with Rocco Amato, the young quarterback. Of course, he has a great receiver in Gavin Bastian. Bastian caught 7 of his passes for 81 yards. Wyatt Teets caught one down the middle for 52. Jake Bettle, the tight end, caught 2 for a total of 37. So in all, Rocco Amato was 10 of 14 for 170 yards in the air. And the ground game, very functional. I like the fullback-driven ground game. Ethan Miller, while he's not lead blocking, he's running the ball. He had 13 carries for 79 tough yards to lead his team. Devin Mitchell, 9 carries for 38. Brett Rice, 5 for 7. Gavin Bastian had 2 catches behind the line or sideways passes, 2 for 0. Mason Vasquez, a 2-yard tote. And then the quarterback, Rocco Amato, sacked on 2 occasions, 3 for -24 for him. Separate the positive and the negative. 33 rushes for a total of 102 yards. Added to the 170 in the air, makes it 272 for the Selinsgrove Steels. Bit of an anomaly where Berwick has 301 and tops them by, pushing 30-some yards, but in no way came close to matching them in this game, Jim.
So the Seals, with the victory, go to 5-4. They'll close out the regular season at Danville next Friday night. For the Bulldogs,